They haven't moved on. They haven't. There's no progressiveness down there. I've run into
Hey, but
people
on
that,
a serious note, man, that they though, the they, even though we're talking about the bloodlines,
yeah,
the they is not a physical entity.
I
You
agree.
understand what I'm saying?
It's
The
yeah,
they
it's
is
a
not a
it's
physical
a
entity.
it's based on trusts and contracts. So they are based on trusts and contracts. That's why they are able to have wealth by not having wealth, by putting
Right.
them in trusts.
Yeah,
So
because it's not real. So
right,
obviously that's why we could live in an illusion because the they
exactly.
is not here. So the
Yeah,
ones
it's
who we're
I
looking to it as the
yeah.
they, it's even another, we're still going the wrong way. Like we're just
So
looking at
so
something else.
so as far as currency in regard to
Right?
the world, it's the International Bank of Settlements. That's who they are. So the international, like if you ask me, well, who's causing the war? I'm looking for it.
They are.
Yeah, bank for it's the BIS,
What's
BIS.
his
They
name?
shortcut it for BIS, the Bank of International Settlements.
What's up,
It's the
Bears?
cargo
Peace.
cult. It's the shipping ports. Like a lot of people don't realize that China owns almost every port in the world.
Hey,
A lot of
true,
people
it's
don't.
deeper than even this, bro. Because, hey, Coast Dweller, I'm gonna ask you a question. You see all
Yeah.
that knowledge right there, right?
Hmm.
If you was to be home right now with your partner, you and her in your room right now, right?
Hmm.
And then you just see time. It's like time froze. Okay, you
Hmm.
see your partner just she just got stiff. She can't move, but
Hmm.
you realize you're still aware and you're still conscious, right?
Right.
But everything else around you froze. Okay,
Yeah.
in real time. And you're
Uh-huh.
like, honey, you want to say honey, but you're like, shit, it don't even make sense saying honey. Honey looks like a dummy right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Just a body of mute. Little do you know, your awareness says, look to your left. You know what I mean? And then you look to your left and you see something you never seen before in real time. You understand me? Just strictly walk into your dimension. You understand what I'm saying? So if
I'm
that,
sort of following. I'm trying to follow. I'm trying
yeah.
to follow.
So if you see something come from the fourth dimension into your third dimension, right, and manipulate it, you see this, your scenery change. You see them walk up to your partner, sniff the air of the partner, then just walk and disappear in thin air. How can we believe anything we're seeing here if you actually saw something like that in your real life? Wouldn't you have a whole different outlook on everything? If that was a reality, if that was something for real.
Yeah, what you're saying, we would have to define dimensions a little further because mine's a little more. It's
No,
different
yeah.
than yours.
All right. So listen, the dimension, forget that. If you saw a different being that you have never seen, okay,
Okay.
just
Okay.
appear out of nowhere, freeze your reality, like the Matrix movie when you saw
Okay.
all those people walking around with the lady in the red dress.
Right. Right.
Freeze your own family members,
Hmm.
right? And then walk up to them in your own house and do their own thing like you ain't even standing there and then disappear when they want. And then reality just hit play again like a regular day.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I had an
It.
experience like that. And I'm
Yeah.
still right here, right now, normal, pretending that this is real.
With
My
me.
You know what I mean?
my
So,
experience.
Oh,
My
stop it.
moment of that, like my
yeah.
moment of that, was when I was 24 and I was on I-80 and I had a step deck with steel and the wife was asleep in the back and
Mm,
time stopped for me and I put all of my family on a chessboard. I saw all of them on a chessboard and I realized there
mm,
was nothing special about any one of them. Any
right.
person I knew, nothing.
Oh
They
man, I'm
literally.
about to.
I understood what they were going to do next. I understood what they were going to say. It I could dictate what they were going to say. I had
Yep.
complete control of everything that
I
was
had
going to go
complete
on.
control of reality, a whole
Yeah.
reality, rain, anything. You
Man,
know what I
took
mean?
some
Like
I
stuff
everything.
I
this
woke the
weekend.
I
I'm
woke the wife up
Hey,
in Salt Lake City, Utah,
call.
and I said, and you don't wake the wife up,
oh,
okay?
Control
I
mine.
woke her up and I told her, I said I could tell the future. I, I
it's
I
crazy, bro.
absolutely am convinced that I could tell the future because I realized there was no in my entire life every interaction I've had with every person, there's never been a surprise. There was totally an expectation that it was going to go a certain way, and any fear I ever had was always belated with the fact that there was no reason to be fearful. There's just no reason. So
Pretty much.
about 24 is when I realized that basically whatever I wanted to do and whatever I wanted to happen, I just had to make it happen. And
The
just
funny thing
recently,
is,
I'm gonna be right back.
I've been
my
steering
experience, I
myself
was
a different
about
direction.
24 too.
What's that?
I said my experience was of that specific one.
33. I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, I gotta talk to you about that though. There's peace. What the heck, bro? You said you took some salvia this weekend. I was stuck in the void, and I thought I was a character in an alien video game controlled by an alien child, and the parents showed up to tell their kids to stop messing with you. What? Bro, what did they look like? Oh man, you should have came. You gotta come in. You gotta come tell this story. You have to come tell this story. Like, that is crazy, bro. That's basically what they're saying. That's basically what Sun Tzu was saying. If something like that happened, like, what do you do? How do you look at reality after that? Like, how? Like, because what if that was true? What if that was what was really going on? What if that was like one aspect of reality? That was a part of reality that isn't supposed to be seen. Because really, like when you think of reality as so many different things going on, you don't really even know what to accept when it comes to reality. It's like so many. It's like a million different things going on. It's like a gang of realities stuck together, brought together into making this one thing. So what if that was just one part of it? Now I'm about to get back to Discord until you answer that.
Activities and also the intentions, the auras, and everything else. It's way beyond us. So, no, I go by what I see. That's why I tell people the most important moment that we have is right now, and
Hold on,
that's it.
drink a
No,
lot,
no other
try to
moment,
forget.
Where you at? Right here. Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
This is it.
That's
You're
it,
gonna,
bro.
and it's the only
Hey,
proof
and
that,
that's the only thing that could save you. If you
yes,
could recognize right now in this moment
yes,
that there is not that this is all there is, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like that's it.
yeah.
But
Just
Sun
let it
Tzu,
be.
Sun Tzu.
Yo,
And
There's
so do
peace.
you think like
There's
this?
peace. Said he took salvia this weekend and was stuck in the void. I thought I was in. I thought I was a character in an alien video game controlled by an alien child, and the parents showed up to tell their kids to stop messing with me.
damn. That's something which I seen that on the internet recently, actually. Something like that. You feel me? So stuff like that could happen, you know what I mean? Like that could probably been like a commercial, because what's the coincidence? I just heard a story just like that last week, you know. So
No,
anything
Same with
can happen
that's
in
like
that
what you
dream
was
world.
asking. That's what I was telling him. That was like close to what you was asking him. If something like that happened, then what? It's
So
like,
I want to go back to where you said they, or when you mentioned they. So in the side chat, I posted the Bank of International Settlements, and then I posted a link to what's a title. It's the elasticity in the monetary system, and it's a very interesting article because it's basically talking about a two-tiered monetary system. If we have no positive money flow, then and it's a fact that we live in a debt system, then it has to be understood that there's the haves and the have-nots.
Hmm.
If you look at that article, it says today's two-tier monetary system performs a crucial role. They're saying it right to our faces that they have the money and you're never going to have it. Right there on the Bank of International Settlements. And
oh,
so what I think Doge and Elon Musk is implementing right now is AI into the federal system, not to find out the corruption of the federal system, but to incrementally and forensically tax us for being alive. for breathing,
Did you see
for
that they
drinking
tried
water.
to? Did you see they tried to shut down AI, the one AI, and then it started to try to blackmail the guy, and was saying that
Yeah,
it was
I
gonna
saw
show
that.
different emails of it.
Yeah,
But this banking
yeah.
system, right? It's like weird. How long has this banking system been going on, though? Do you think?
Right. How far ahead of us are they?
Yeah, and how far back?
The-
Like I
It
think
doesn't
it's
matter how clever. It doesn't matter how clever we are. We've given them unlimited resources, unlimited time, unlimited ability, law to do whatever they want to us.
because they
We've
said it
given that to them.
when they wrote the scriptures. They said, "Aren't you the ones who said you wanted a king?" And it's like that's what they said. The people said they wanted a
And
king.
and s- yeah, and translated in America, that's we get the people that are elected, we get what we deserve. We don't have to vote, we don't have to participate, but based on the way we behave and what we produce and who we are going to get who we deserve. That's our political system.
Hey, that's
It's beyond rigged. It's beyond fake. They're going to give us our villain. They're going to give us our hero. They're going to give us our disappointment. They're going to give us our excitement, but only a little bit. That it's not going to be real. Like you said, it's going to be an illusion. Everything's an illusion.
it's all an act.
It's
Yeah, but
all.
you know why though? You know why this is happening? It's because you have to listen, and this is no disrespect to because we're all human. It's
Mhm.
just because of how we are, how low we carry ourselves or we represent ourselves. We actually think we need money.
Yeah.
We actually believe in our money. You know what I mean? Like we actually think this is so I would if I was those guys, I would treat you worse. I'm sorry to
Right.
tell you. I would
Oh,
Right.
treat
okay.
me
Hold on.
worse if I was up there, man, because
Right.
first you gotta recognize that
Hold on. I don't want to
there
disturb
is
that
no money.
conversation.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna
if
let
you
it
want
go.
to work, you can work for me.
I'm.
I
Without
don't.
the
I
expectation. I
don't
mean,
make money by being nice. I
yeah.
don't. I don't. I don't gain.
I don't want to disturb that conversation. So I'm gonna jump. Let's see. Dang. Dang. Wait. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna share this one right here. I'm gonna share this one so you can come in on this one and be able to talk about it. Hold on. I'm gonna share this Discord. Do you know how to get to Discord? What's up with it, Tim? Wait, let me tell Rob, I ain't trying to disturb that conversation, so come into the other Discord cuz there's Peace gonna come in and share his experience. Now I gotta go. Hold on. I gotta get my other phone just to share this Discord. Yeah, I gotta get my iPhone so I can share this other Discord so you can come in. I can't. I'm in the forest walking. We can set up for this. Oh man, I thought you made me go through all that stuff. I'm like going. I wanted to hear this one. I wanted to hear this one, bro. I was ready. Dang, you in the forest right now though? Yeah, cause I didn't want to, cause they going in talking about something else. I didn't want to disturb what they was talking about, and just try to change the subject, cause they already got something going that they're talking about right now. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll jump over here real fast and see what it is. But yeah, that's cool. We can do it another time. At another time, because I'm going. It's wild because like even my last few experiences, like I didn't even share my last few experiences. That's the crazy part. And it's probably because sometimes it be it be like it be a more personal journey. Like after a while, the journeys get real personal, and it's more of you looking inside yourself and better understanding yourself and that type of thing. It wasn't something that I just wanted to like put out there. And it's like on a later date maybe, but like right now I'm like going, man, that it was kind of trippy, man. It was kind of trippy. But it was lovely at the same time because I'm telling you, when you can kind of dive in by yourself and be able to go by yourself and go see these things and understand what you're seeing, and then it's like you get to the point to where you're not looking for anything anymore. Like all the lights and the glamour, like it's not even the same no more. Like all the lights, the flashy lights and all that shit, it's just not the same no more when I dive in. When I start seeing, all the different the fractals and all that shit, like it don't enthuse me like it used to. I don't get all, bent out of shape. Like, I just kind of just watch it and go like, okay, is this gonna change? Cause I was in like a couple of different crazy places, like a couple of crazy different spots that I was in, and I was like, dang, okay, I remember this. I remember being here. And you know what's weird though about after you start diving in so much, like life turns into the dream. Like life is like it becomes this dream to where when you sleep and you actually start dreaming, your dreams become real life. And like that's how it's been. Like my dreams have been just so off the chain lately. Like, bro, like I'm having dreams to where in the dream we understand reality. We know what the reality is. So we're able to go in and out of different places, different dimensions and everything within the dream. Like we're able to go over here and go over there within the dream. And it's like it was kind of trippy because my last dream that I had, my wait, hold on, live. My last dream that I had, my uncle that passed away, and my dad, my dad passed away, was like in the dream. And like I was like kind of geeking because I'm like going, you kind of just go along with it and you don't really make it into something. You just go along. Like me and my dad, we fishing, like catching these big giant catfish, and like it's weird because even the places that you be in, like this is where I say like sometimes I be feeling like reality is so many different things at one time. It's so many different places. It's so many different dimensions at one time that we can't really see it. We only get this part that we see right here. And it'd be a lot of different things mixed in that kind of jolts it. But at the same time, when you be able to go into that one over there, it'd be totally different from this one. Like when you talk about the places you been or like the houses you be in and different stuff like that, it'd be totally different from this. Like you'll see like houses that you'll be in that you were in other dreams, but it'll be something totally different going on. Because the house we was in, it was the house where we went. It was like above, like on the hill or something, and like in this other dream I had, we had to like go down the hill, and when we got down, the military was right there blocking, telling us we can't go down there because it was about to be a giant flood or something, and the flood came and all kind of shit, bro. But I'm like going, it's like weird because my dreams just been like off the chain. And like what I don't like though is is like when I be having one of these dreams, and like I know I'm sleep, I know I'm dreaming, and I am in the dream. I'm telling myself, okay, I'm gonna remember this, and then somebody come and actually wakes me up. Like every time it's like somebody waking me up. And once they wake me up, instead of me trying to understand or pay attention to the dream, I just start doing the thing that they asked me to do out my sleep. So I like kind of forget the dream. But as far as like, dang, it was like so much I kind of wanted to talk about, bro. It's so much I be wanting to go into, and like I don't be wanting to throw people off from their journey though. I don't want to throw nobody off from their journey of understanding life and looking at their spirituality and in their search. But I don't want to come in and do no fictitious shit either and make it seem like it's something more than what this big old thing that we all do. And it's like weird because you start to see that spirituality is all like everything is spirit, so we can look at anything as being a part of the spirit. That's why it's easy for us to like to get pulled into anything. It's easy for us to get pulled into religion, and like that was like one of my experiences was seeing that spirituality itself, and that search for spirituality was nothing different than having a religion, because it's like weird because you get to searching for these things and then you find it, and then when you do or you become this other thing, it make you feel like you better than this over here or better than that over there. And that's the one thing that you start to see as you go deeper, and you see on the other side that everything is the same thing. And you begin to kind of lose yourself, bro. And then you become a slave. You become a slave to that thing. And it's like, I guess, I'd rather be the slave to the things that I have right now. What's up with it, Rob? Are you able to fly during your dreams when you realize that you are dreaming? I used to, when I was younger, I was able to fly, not no more. But no, Rob, yeah, I was able to fly back in the days. But yeah, Rob, because I didn't want to mess up their conversation though, Rob, because they was already deep into.
Of course, yeah. They was deep into it.
Yeah, so I was like, dang, Darius Peace was gonna come, but he said he was in the forest. He said he'll do it next time. So I'm going. We can actually talk about that what we were talking about earlier and shit. Do not.
All right,
think.
you good?
Yeah,
You
I'm
good for me
good.
to go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me.
All right, y'all. So, I was just going on another day of work, in a place I don't go to that often. This is
This
way out
this
in the
happened at
country in
work.
Texas. And yeah. So it's a normal day, except I'm going to part of an oil field that I usually don't go to. I've been there literally like 3 times in 2 days. Okay. So I'm real new to the area. It's not that far from where I live. It's like an hour and a half, but I'm not that familiar with this specific small town. All right. So far, so good. So I was working in 2 places. All right. 2 places that I was trying to cover this day. Place number 1, I was at all day. And I'm thinking I'm going to go place number 2 tomorrow. All right. So place number 2 is 15 minutes away, also in the country. So I get a text at 5:30. Now 5:30 for most places is closing time. I get a text at 5:30, hey, if you want to come on to place number 2, you can. It's a good time. And I'm like, damn, I'm kind of surprised somebody's texting me this late. Okay, I'll pack up my stuff and head that way. So I packed up what I was doing at place number 1, and start driving to place number 2. Okay. So normally to go from place 1 to place 2, I go down the highway one way and down another highway another. Okay. Straight down the highway and then take a left down another highway.
Yeah.
There in 15 minutes. All right. Real simple. Well, intuition, I normally don't do this because I think of everything in time. Like time is my most valuable asset. So for whatever reason, something said, take a left right here. Go a different way. I had my GPS telling me to go the normal way. I was like, nah, I'm going to go this way this time. So swerve left down the back road. As I'm on the back road, probably less than a mile, I see a big truck jackknife.
Damn.
So for those of you who don't know what jackknife is, you got like the big 18 wheelers, and the front of it, the actual truck, goes like that. It faces a different direction than what the trailer is. Okay. This was actually they were hauling sand. So, which is funny, it's a sand hauler. All right. So, sand hauler basically looks like an hourglass.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's designed to let sand drop out the bottom. I didn't even think about that till just now. But that references back to a previous trip we had where we flipped an hourglass and we're using it as a reference point, a metaphor to life. And so I was like, oh, somebody fucked up. Just thinking about the truck driver. Well, as I get closer and pulling up to it, I see a Ford truck, F-150 flipped on its top,
Oh shit.
wheeled
Upside down.
up. And I was like, oh shit, this is more than I thought. I thought the big truck was by himself. So really, being selfish, I really need to just make it to that other site because I'm on the clock. I need to get stuff done. And I'm not talking about on the clock what I'm punched in for work. I'm talking about I just want to make it home at a decent time. And there were a couple vehicles pulled over there already. And I'm like, man, I'll just keep this moving. They probably got it handled, whatever it is. But like, man, I can't. Somebody might be trapped in that vehicle. I got tools in my truck. They might need me. I might have to break a window or something. So I pull over and I walk up. And as I'm walking up, everybody was walking away, holding their head like this.
Oh damn.
Like they didn't even want to see it. So I'm like, damn, is he dead? Or are there dead people there? Multiple? Because that was their reaction. Except there's one woman kneeled by the body. Okay, so there's a body. And so what happened was, and I get these facts as time goes on, was this kid, I'm going to say he's 18. I don't know what his real age is. He was pulling out of his driveway. All right. House is right here. He's pulling out of his driveway. And for whatever reason, pulled out in front of the sand hauler. And boom, got hit. When he got hit, truck flipped. I don't know how many times, at least once. Okay. And lands upside down. He gets ejected from the vehicle.
Oh snap.
And I'm gonna go ahead and address what people are thinking. I don't think he had his seatbelt on. I don't know. He must not have. But I mean, how many of us do that as you're pulling out of your driveway? Do you really put it on immediately every time? Yes, we
Sometimes,
should.
sometimes
But
after you pull
but
off, you go, you snap it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Because think about it. You home. It's your driveway. And uh so it takes a minute sometimes. And or takes us a minute sometimes. So he gets ejected. So what I find out is before I showed up, before I pulled over, when he got ejected, the truck landed on him. So if I'm on my back, the truck, the roof of the truck landed here and up.
Oh, dang.
So you couldn't see it. It was like here.
Yeah.
And and so the two vehicles that pulled over before me were they were Spanish speakers. I think they were Cuban or Venezuelan, but there was like I don't know, four of them, three or four of them. They lifted
No.
they all got together and lifted the truck enough so that two of them, one of them being the mom of this son, could pull him by his feet and pull him out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think a vehicle landed on somebody, okay, that should be game over.
Yeah, that's how one of my cousins died when I was
The
younger.
vehicle landed on him?
Yeah, like they came out. He came out the driveway, and the car hit him. And well, I think he tried to swerve the car coming out, and when he swerved, his car turned skirt and started flipping, and it crushed him like
Ooh.
the top of the roof. That's when I was like 7. But yeah, go on.
I didn't know about that one. So everybody's walking away. I walked to it to see what's going on. And what happened was he didn't have any other passengers with him. It was him by himself in that truck. They got ejected. His mom and his little brother were in the house. Okay. I said, a house over here. He pulls out and gets hit. They hear the accident. The door was still open.
Oh
And
yeah.
of course, they hear the wreck. So they come running out. And his little brother, I don't know how old he is. I'm going to guess 10. And they, of course, like I said, those other people help. They pull him out. Now, when I get there, he's doing what I'm going to call agonal breathing. So, really graphic. And he's got blood coming out of his nostrils and blood coming out of his mouth. And the way he's breathing is just,
Oh snap.
it's reflexive. Okay. And if you've been around people or animals when they're on their way out of this world, about to go to the other side, that's something they do sometimes.
Yeah.
And it is not normal breathing. It's not the type of breathing that, okay, this guy got knocked out and he's snoring. No, it was not that. It was this reflexive last breath of life breathing. he was doing. And so I immediately think, oh my God, he's on his way out. And that's why everybody scattered. They couldn't even stand to be around it, look at it
Yeah, they didn't want to see
after they
him.
pulled him out. It was too much. So
Dang.
at this point, at this point, um, it turns into like a dream at this point for me. Um, in the sense of a dream where it kind of doesn't feel real. It just feels like you're dreaming. And time slowed down, and I got down on one knee, okay? And I think, okay, use your brain. He, at very least, he needs oxygen, okay? He's still breathing, even though it looks like to be the last breath. So I look at his nostrils, and they're, even though he's got blood coming out, they're still clear. They're not filled. Because that's the first thing I thought. I was like, man, I'm going to have to clear his nostrils of blood, his mouth of blood. So his nostrils were clear, even though there was blood pouring out.
Yeah.
His mouth, his breath, he was gargling. Okay. But even though he was gargling and he had blood coming out of his mouth, he was still getting air. So at that point, okay, he's still getting oxygen. But at any point now, one of us is going to have to give CPR.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking was going to be the next step. And I'm like, everybody done ran off. And so it's going to have to be me or mom that gives CPR. And I did a CPR class many, many years ago, but I'm like, fuck, it's going to be game time now.
Yeah.
That little bit of that you went to practice one time 5 years ago, and now you're in the game.
Now you got to do it.
And so that's what I'm expecting. Well, that doesn't happen. He stays in reflexive mode. And I remember his hair. He had curly hair, and that was like down to here. And every time the wind blew, like it was real windy that day. And I remember every time there's a gust of wind, his curly hair just flew back a little bit. He was laid out like this. I'm putting my hands on the camera so you can see. He was more sprawled out, but I remember his hands like that
Was his eyes
when
open
he
or
was on his
closed?
back. His eyes were closed. And on his right hand, I remember seeing a ring on his finger, what looked to be a class ring. I remember the shirt his mom was wearing. I remember the color of the hat his mom was wearing. And I remember the dirt. It was a cotton field, and they had just plowed it. So it had, when you just plow something, it has all these ridges in it.
Yeah.
Okay. The dirt is real loose. And I remember there were these dogs, like these country dogs, that were running circles around us and the body.
Dang.
And like every time the dogs like took a step, it kicked up another cloud of dust. And like I remember each cloud of dust getting kicked up and being kind of annoyed at that, because I'm like, man, I came running up here, I kicked up some dirt, and like this man needs every bit of oxygen he can get. And I just kicked up dirt running up here once again because it's real windy. The dogs are kicking up dirt, and I thought about telling somebody to get the dogs out of here, but I didn't. I just remember them running circles, and there were, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. And I was like, okay, I've reached the end of logic, even though, like I said, all this was slowed down like a dream. Like, all right, I've reached the end of all logical thought. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try human touch. So he's laid out like this. The mom is kneeled down right here. I kneel down behind her, like here. And I grab his right hand. I grab it with my left. And I just grab it like that. Okay? Because he's like that. I grab it like that. And I said, stay with me, brother. Stay with me. Stay with me. Even though he's unconscious.
Yeah.
I know in this he can't hear me. But I say it just in case.
Yeah, just in case he can.
Yeah. So then I forgot about this part until it was like 3 days later when I was telling somebody about it. And even though time slowed down, I remember all these fine details. I forgot about this part for some reason. And when I did remember it, I was like, oh, I closed my eyes at this point. So after I said, stay with me the last time, I grab his hand, I close my eyes, and I envision the stars in the background. Okay? Like you're looking up at the night sky. It's still daylight. Hell, it don't get dark for another 2 hours because it's like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I envision, for lack of a better word, the universe in the background. And I envision, if you could imagine the constellation Orion, like you got that outline of a body, okay, with the 3 stars at the belt. It was an outline kind of like that. So once again, for lack of a better word, I was envisioning his soul. Okay. And it's a funny thing that Wild Man showed up because it had similar colors to what I saw on Wild Man's chest that one time during a trip. So I would say galaxy colors. Like if you look at celestial bodies and have colors, there's like pinks and purple and blue.
Yeah.
But in the outline of a body, like in the outline of a full body. When I saw it with Wild Man, he just had like, it was almost like a flame right here. And the stars kind of made an outline. This time, all those colors made up the full body. And in this reality, like I said, he was sprawled out. He was sprawled out like this. In the vision that I'm going to say I saw, but I felt like I made it. Like I made it in the senses I'm not hallucinating. This is something that I am consciously doing. As if I were going to tell you, hey guys, close your eyes, imagine the stars in the background, imagine a soul, kind of like the form of a constellation, with these cloudy galaxy colors outlining a body. And it was just like that. This isn't nothing woo woo. This is just a vision I'm intentionally creating. And instead of in this reality, he was like this, but in my vision, he just had one hand up and one hand kind of by his side like that.
Oh, okay.
And he was floating up. Okay. So basically what it looked like was his soul was floating up away from this planet, away from Earth. And I saw my soul too. It wasn't just his, except I was on a knee and I was kneeling down. And so it's like I'm looking at a third person now in my vision, and instead of first person. So in my vision, I grabbed his hand like I did in reality, except his hand was down, because that one hand was down. He was floating up and I'm taking a knee. So his hand is floating away, his body's floating away from me, his hand's coming up, and I grab it like that. And I say, not in real life or this reality, I just say it in my mind, not yet. And I yank on his hand to like pull him, his body, and his soul back down. So if he's floating up, I grab his hand from below. Like, remember, I'm way down here.
Yeah.
And
like,
he's
not
up
yet.
there. And I say, like, I just said it one time, not yet. And I pulled down. And like, so when I pull down, his soul, for lack of a better word, like gets yanked down and he starts floating up again. And then I yank again and his soul gets yanked down. And remember, the stars are in the background
Yeah.
in this vision. Okay.
That's wild, man.
And I only said not yet the first time, but I yanked on his hand 3 times. The third time, I yank on his hand and his soul comes down. And something brought me out of it. I think it was his little brother. He was on the phone with 911. And the mom was right there. And she said, call your dad to let him know that his older brother got in a wreck. And that kind of brought me out of it. And so I tell the little brother, hey, he said, I can't. I'm on the phone with 911. So I said, hey, do you know your dad's number? I'll call him. And so I called their dad. I let him know what happened. And I'll never forget, because he was like, okay, Colton got in a wreck. Where? I said, right in front. I said, in front of the house. He said, right in front of the house. I'll never forget the way he said it. Like, for some reason, that detail, like, was the most dramatic, that the wreck happened right in front of the house. And now, okay, everybody else, the guys that pushed the truck so they could pull the body out.
Yeah.
None of them spoke English. So I speak Spanish. So I start translating for everybody, trying to figure out what was going on. And eventually the ambulance shows up, and yeah, so I walk away whenever I call dad, and I never walk back to the body after that. And this is a few minutes. Um, it took 15 minutes for the ambulance to arrive.
Golly, that's what the
And
hell.
it's way out in the country. It's just
Yeah.
that's just what you got to deal with when you live that far out. And I translate for the sheriffs. Uh, Basically, once medical gets there, I'm I'm done. The the driver of the truck who hit the kid, he was in shock,
Yeah, I bet he
and
was.
it's just the look on somebody's face. I mean, imagine the look on somebody's face when they think they've killed somebody and didn't want to.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the look he had. So I pack up and leave. I actually go to the job site, okay, after this. And what I said job site number two was I had one thing to do there. It's not even super important compared to what just happened. Um, I have to install a sensor, okay? And I show up there. Everybody's already at the job site, looks super busy. They got some problem with this machine they're trying to figure out. And I don't say a word to nobody about what I just saw. I just go up, sign my paperwork, sign in, and I got to get a drill out. I drill, tap, put my sensor in, and drive away. And I was uh, I was looking on Facebook or whatever I could to find out. Okay, any moment now they're going to talk about, hey, so and so died in an accident by this town in Texas, and then I'll get the details. He was uh, however many years old. He went to school here, so that's what I was looking for, and I didn't find it the first day. Well, it's gonna take a day or two to notify the family and everything, because like I'm telling you, he was gone. He was on his way out. The truck landed on his chest,
On his head too. From the chest up,
on his
huh?
head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from the
chest up. So between that and just experience, there's no way. Well, I find his grandma on Facebook that said, well, the doctor asked Colton to give him a thumbs up, and he flipped him off.
Oh my goodness.
And there's something else, like the nurse asked him later. She posted again, the nurse asked for a thumbs up, and he actually gave one. And I was like, I screamed in my truck like I just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like I could not believe this kid made it. Like there was no way. No way. And this feeling of relief after 2 days of not knowing. And I'm just waiting for details of his death, because really I'm legitimately thinking there's no way. I just want to know who the kid was that passed away. And so fast forward a couple weeks, and his mom calls me and gets a hold of me and says, "Were you there?" I said, "Yes, I was." She said, "Well, you're the only one whose number I have. If you want to come up and visit, you can." Okay, I definitely want to come up and visit,
Yeah.
but when he's good enough. He had his spleen busted,
God.
um, his pancreas uh,
Ruptured or
was
something?
almost gone. Yeah, they had to remove part of his pancreas. His esophagus was lacerated. His ribs were broken. He had brain injuries. Um, his leg was so bruised they had to cut a hole in it, like a big one. Um, and that's just what I remember off the top of my head. There's more than that.
Yeah.
And somehow through all that, he made it. And so I get to the room and I tell his mom the same story that I just told you guys. And I said, "Okay, bear with me through this, all right? But I had a vision when I grabbed his hand and closed my eyes." And I said, "I don't think, using the logical part of my brain, scientific part of my brain, I don't think it mattered. I don't think it meant shit. But I just got to tell you about it. There's part of me that thinks maybe it did help. And I want to tell you this, is
Yeah,
that
Sharknado,
it
that's
felt
crazy.
like all the trips we've gone, all the hardcore psychedelic stuff we've gone through, it came like that was all practice and it came into play that day.
Oh yeah, I can
Like,
see that.
like all that was practice. It's like, oh, but as instinct, not as like, oh my God, I'm going to use my magic powers to bring him back. No, not like that. I mean, it was instinct for me to grab his hand, close my eyes, see the stars, see his soul, pull him down. That was just as instinctual as it is for you to get up.
It's like not right now, not right now, not while your mom here.
Not, yep, yep, not yet.
Yeah,
And it felt like, what is really crazy is it felt like our experiences came into play then. Like, okay, it's all recreational and fun, and we get to talk about it here, but it felt like I was actually putting it into practice then. And so I tell her about it, and I said, "Man, um, I had to share that with you, but I really don't know if it matters or not. But I at least want to tell it because it's something that I saw, and I basically convinced myself that it was no effect. Yeah, it feels good. It's cool. It's a cool story, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Or in the end, that didn't matter. That's just something that that's just a vision that I made in my head, and moving on. He's just a strong kid and made it through. And I'll and then she goes, "Do you remember the cross in the Bible?" After I tell her this story, I was like, the cross in the Bible. Oh yeah, there was a Bible. Oh yeah, there was a cross. And that was details that I forgot about.
okay,
So
I am Justin.
when I walk up to the body, and kneel down, I forgot about this. He had a cross right next to his head, like this, okay? Like a little wooden painted cross. He had a Bible. His hands were up like this, all right? He had a Bible right here, okay? But straight, okay? He's back like this, and the Bible's like this, all right? I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Somebody went in the house and got that, right?
And laid it next to him.
Because I didn't think nothing of it. I thought that his little brother went and ran in the house because she told him or whatever, grab the cross, grab the Bible, go put it next to his head and his chest just to pray for him. Because
Yeah.
like I said, we ran out of physical options. He's reflexive breathing mode. So as everyday civilians with no tools, that's all we can do. So it was, so the cross apparently came from a keychain that he had. The cross flew off after the vehicle flipped and landed right here. Perfect, straight up and down. The Bible was in his console. When he rolled his truck, the Bible pops out of the console and somewhere in flipping lands next to him and the console closes.
Dang.
And the Bible lands front cover up, straight, perfect next to him. The cross and the Bible. And I'm not even a religious person.
Rhythm. So somebody said, he said, ask him if the kid remembers. He said, ask if the kid remembers him.
So that's what I was hoping for. I was like, okay, because somebody told me that. I was telling somebody this story, and I'm like, man, I think he's gonna black out because he was unconscious. And I was really hoping that that kid would pull a little piece of something out just to prove to me that, okay, this something did happen here. But he remembers nothing from the whole day. The whole day. He doesn't remember getting in his truck. He doesn't remember nothing from that day. He had, he did get some kind of brain damage. I can't remember the details, but it was rough. So he remembers nothing. And when I heard that, I was like, dang it.
So he didn't
I
remember,
can't.
he didn't remember anything, huh?
Anything. Nothing. Yeah, nothing from that day. The whole day he doesn't remember.
It didn't matter because that's crazy, bro. He flipped out, and then for the cross to land right there, and then for the Bible. That's what I was saying, bro. Like, despite what we think, everything is spiritual. Some things might be a little bit more spiritual than others, but everything is
Yep.
this spiritual bliss that is happening, and it all lines up in one way or another. He said,
Yep.
dope experience, Rob. Incredible storytelling, as always. Mass Creator said, dope story. This really happened, though. This really happened.
This really happened.
It was a real life event.
This was my first real life experience that was quote unquote psychedelic in my life. I'm 40 years old, never had maybe these briefs, like, what was that? And I've had brief, 2-second moment, 3-second moments that you could describe as trippy. But this was the first time in my life that I had an experience that was just every day. And then boom, I'm in a psychedelic experience with nothing.
Dang.
But it felt, like I said, it felt like instinct. It felt like I was in full control. But what tripped me up was the day, until I waited like 2 weeks to go see him. And that whole time, as time went on, okay,
Oh yeah,
at
he
first,
said I know.
just just like a trip. At first, you have no doubt what you experienced was the real deal. But as time goes on, I'm talking myself out of it. And I'm
Yeah, his
saying,
recollection skills. He just saying your recollection skills is dope. Nah, that's real, Master Creator. Even how he remembered the dogs running around the scene is like,
mhm.
wait, what? Like, and kicking up
Yeah, like,
dust and
yeah, imagine, you know what that part feels like? That part feels like, imagine if you could remember every single detail of a dream. That's what that felt like. It felt like a dream that you could bring everything back from.
yeah, Rob is. He said, Justin Boyle said, this guy is amazing at details and storytelling, excellent memory. I mean, he said, and the way he said how everything kind of just it slowed down. Like
That
what? Like that. You know what's
that's
weird
why
though, Rob? Is
that's why I feel like I could remember it, is because it slowed down.
yeah,
That's one reason why I feel like I could remember the details. Is it didn't feel to go in normal regular time. I could actually take time and pay attention to everything 360 around me. The only thing I wish I could bring back, which I can't, was the song that was playing on the radio. There was still music playing from his truck when it
oh
was split.
yeah. I know it was scary though, cause you felt like he was gone. But you know that I think that's the weird part is like that spiritual essence of things that you see, like when you grabbed his hand and you closed your eyes, like that spirit part of people that you tend to see, that you kind of get around, because we see people from just the outside, we judge them from their appearance, and to
Yeah,
see that and see him in the stars and then trying to take off, it's like almost like you knew, like, oh, he's trying to leave.
exactly.
Like he's trying to leave, and you can't do that right now.
Thank you. That's a that's a perfect description. And yeah, it felt instinctual, but it felt like, okay, I'm gonna try this. But all of that, the stars, the soul, all that didn't even feel like it came from me. It just, when I closed my eyes, that's what I saw.
Yeah. It's that, see, that would make me think of like dang, I was just watching this video the other day of this other lady, not the one from Mexico that that used to take the shroom, the older lady. It was another one. And that's what they were saying about her, is like, she had all these so-called deep dives to where she can see the spiritual essence of life. So they didn't understand when she was like, when things was wrong with people, she just had stuff that she would just do surgery on people and actually fix them. But even the utensils that she was using were like, they were saying they were like, back in the Mayan days or something, like I don't know when, but it was like before time, like so long ago, like her great 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 grandfather used it, or or something like that. But she was able to see that essence of them and just knew. She didn't need an X-ray. She didn't need all those things. She just knew and was able to go in and just, like, man, cut on them and repair them.
Yeah. Yep. A healing power that is not easily explained.
So, do you like?
And
Go ahead, because
the part that gets me though, it was after. It's very similar to a trip. When you're there, you have no doubts.
yeah,
When I'm seeing them in the stars, I have no doubts on what I'm doing. It's kind of funny. I'm kind of conflicted that it felt it was intentional that I was pulling them down and everything, but at the same time, it was just instinctual. It would be like why did you jump when you touched the hot stove? Like it's that instinctual.
yeah,
Like it was meant to happen that way. Okay, now that part, I totally get that part. Okay. The part that I was struggling with was after. Immediately after, I thought, well, he's gone. And that was it. Like I was sure he was gone. And then when I heard he was alive, then that threw me for a loop. That kind of
yeah.
jolted my reality. I was like, well, wait a minute. Did you have something to do with that? And then I talked myself out of it more and more and more and more every day. I'm like, no, I don't think you did. I mean, it would be nice if you had something to do with it, but I really don't think you did. And or maybe you didn't. It starts off maybe you didn't have something to do with it, and then as time goes on, it's like, man, you're tripping.
Justin
Like
said. Justin said, "I
that's
wonder."
cool and everything.
Justin said, "I wonder if he had a shared near death experience." I heard
Yeah,
of living people sharing it with a person that is dying.
that's why I wanted to ask him. I'm like, the one thing I got, okay, as I was taught, it was like 2 weeks that I talked myself out of it. The more time that went by after this incident, the less and less and less and less that I believed that I had anything to do with him staying alive. And the one little string that I thought, okay, is going to tell me whether this was actually helpful or not was if when I finally talked to him, if he's going to remember me at all or remember anything about stars or anything. And I finally get there, I talk to him, he don't remember nothing. So then I'm like, all right, good. That word closure, like good, that seals the deal.
Nah.
That had nothing to do with it.
Master Creator said you was
And
definitely there for a reason, Rob, for sure.
and so that okay, like I said, that seals the deal. He don't remember it. And then she brings up that she brought up that cross and Bible, which I forgot about. Even though time slowed down, that was one thing I didn't even see it as an important detail because I thought somebody ran in the house and got it and placed it
And
right here
placed it
and right
right
here
there. Yeah.
because it was so perfectly by him that I thought somebody went and got it to pray for him. Now, once she said how the cross and Bible landed, and I'm not really Christian to speak of, we of course believe in ourselves and higher powers and spirituality and all that,
You,
but I'm not like all in on Christianity or all in on anything.
yeah. You
But
became
once she said
Jesus
that,
for that
once she,
specific. You became Jesus for that moment.
well, yeah. So here's something else. Here's another detail. Uh, guess where he was going to, on his way out that driveway? He was going to Bible study.
Oh,
That's what. That's why he left the house.
and that's why the Bible was in the car. Dang, that's wild, bro.
It is wild.
I know his mom was shook up because to see your son laying there, it's like, what the hell am I gonna do?
That's that is my heart poured out the most for her
Yeah,
because when I went and kneeled down, like before I grabbed his hand, like that, she was begging him to stay alive. Imagine you're right there with a mother begging her son to stay alive. Like literally using those words. Please stay alive. Please keep breathing. You have a long life to live.
yeah, that's scary
Those
as
are
hell.
words that she used while I was there.
And that's the one thing that every parent like says. It's like you like losing a child is like the worst thing. Like you supposed to go. I'm supposed to go before you go, and then to be because
Yeah.
I remember
There's
when my little brother got ran over by a car. Like my mama didn't even want to go out there and sing. She was so spooked. It's like like you said, like the other ones did, how they turned and was like, oh, I don't want to see this because they don't know.
yeah.
Because it seems like he's gone already. Let her have her last moments. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna. But like you said, like
That's
I
it.
think like Master Creator said, you was there for a reason because. Have you ever had those experiences to where it show you that feeling and like touching is like it sends a lot of energy.
Well, that's what my okay. So the two people, okay, I've been on team pessimist, okay? I've been on team I didn't have shit to do with that.
Yeah,
That was like I said, that was cool and everything. I had that vision, but I ain't have shit to do with that. With him making it. Okay, on team optimist or team spiritual, maybe I should say, my sister was one. So my little sister's a nurse, and I told her about it, and she said you'd be surprised what human touch can do sometimes. She's worked in nursing homes, hospitals, and seen some shit. And she said you'd be surprised what human touch can do it sometimes. Okay, so that
but
that pulls me a little
did
back
you
to
ever pay
center.
attention to that? Like, cause you like how you said you didn't even like think about it. You just like knew to grab his hand. Like, do you know
That's it.
like a lot of people when they get call an ambulance or something is happening, somebody's been shot or something, like when they go in the ambulance, that's like one of the first things they do is grab their hand and hold their hand and speak to them. Like you see it in the movies all the
No,
time.
I did not think about that or realize that.
Like, well, watch. You'll see it now in a movie or something. Watch. You're gonna be like, what the
Oh,
hell?
I will now. Yeah, now that you say it.
but but all in all, I think that was
And
like the amazing part is the fact that you close your eyes and what you seen, that right there. I think that, to me, I feel like that says it all, because there's parts of us that, like I said, that exist that we don't see, that like you don't see that spirit part of everybody, to where you see, like, some people do that, like on psychedelics, to where they see everybody and they see them as these different colors, and it don't even, it just be an
yeah,
outline of the person, and it be these colors, and that right there is like, to me, it's like, yeah, okay, you seen that, you seen it, like you went into
yeah,
the spirit
the
form of
realm.
everybody, that, and that's how I don't know, it's kind of weird, because that's how I see a lot of people now, like even like driving the bus, like I don't see, like I see a lot of homeless people and different types of people, and I don't talk to them like that outside aspect of them. It's like that inner space of whatever we are within there. It's like that way that I speak to them. So it's like, I don't know. I think you was, like Mass Creator said, you was there for a reason.
That's what it seems like. And that goes back to what I was talking about. I was like, why am I fighting it?
Yeah,
You know? I feel like I've been fighting it, like fighting against it. Like, I don't know, it's almost I don't know whether the word is, it's not the right word, but to use the word humble is like, I don't even want to, like, I don't even want to think about the possibility of having that power, because then that would mean so much more.
yeah,
That would mean that, oh shit, okay, whatever you thought, how however you thought shit worked is not. Like there's which we all, especially us, we know there's more and more and more layers. But now, if that part is correct, that then that means, whoa, there's way more power here than I thought.
yeah,
And like, why did, okay, if that's true that I actually helped him, why did I get this gift? Or did everybody have this gift and not realize it? Or like, how it's just a lot to try to digest and process. And so I said the same thing to his mom too. I said, I said it to her in person, and I said, man, I just I just hope to know one day if that actually helped. That was actually some of the last words I said to her before I left the hospital room. I was like, man, one day I hope to know if that actually made a difference or not.
what's up, Allie? What's up,
And
Sheila? I think it did, bro. I
and
think you just don't want to
and
accept it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's basically what she said. She was like, look, I promise you made a difference. I've been telling everybody the story on the vision you had. I promise you made a difference. And if that's true, it's like, whoa.
But you did.
Like, whoa. Now, okay, okay, I made a difference. Now this goes from la di da whoop de wah, psychedelics, let's have fun on Saturday night, to um nope, you're in it now. Like, you got to see it. You got to see part of that other side.
And I think that's what it is,
And
though. It was like you said, Rob, like, we have these psychedelic experiences and we talk about it. And then when things happen in life, you just know how to react to certain things. You know what to do. You don't have to too much think about it because you didn't
Effortless.
Because
effortless.
you already saw it coming, like the Oracle.
Yeah.
Well, you've
Yep.
been training yourself for that experience, kind of.
Yeah,
And
muscle
That's what
memory.
it felt like.
Damn.
Muscle
That
memory.
is
I can see being humble, but being in the right place at the right time, there's what's societally known as divine timing. It couldn't have gone any other way than
Any
it
other
did.
way.
And the logical mind, I can see your logical mind trying to make sense of it, and we live in this physical world, but the experiences that you had led you up to that, to be totally
What's up,
confident
Dwayne?
in your approach to the situation.
and that is what was weird. And you just nailed it, Shiva. You just nailed it. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now. It felt like all my other trips that I've taken, all my other fun little la-di-da wee-ha trips, trained me for that moment. Somehow. Somehow.
Yeah, there was no
And
questioning in your mind. There was no logical, oh, I need to do this. No, it's just, I'm here, this is what I'm doing, and this is what's right to be
yep,
doing at this time.
And it make
yep,
like it's crazy because, like you said, you thought of CPR. You ran through all the things within your mind
the
of
real
what to
world
do,
things.
the real world things, and you did the most logical thing after running through all this. Well, blood's coming out of his nose. He's still breathing. I can see. You know, it's not clogged. You ran through all those different things, and that's trippy. Because then when you even think about
And
what you said was wrong with him afterwards, it makes sense.
yeah,
So if you would have did
yep,
anything else, it would have made it worse.
yeah. And I'll tell you the creepiest part, like for me as a person, the creepiest part of it was after that. I'm talking about 30 minutes after this experience. I went to work like nothing happened. And I didn't lose no sleep. I went to sleep on time that night. Now, during the day, I was curious and Googling the town and accidents and stuff like that, looking on Facebook. But that was the creepiest part is my reaction was totally different than everybody else's reaction around me. By the time I let go of his hand, and I don't know why there were this many people around, because it is a small town back road. There were, I don't know, there were two vehicles before me, at least five people, and there were another two or three vehicles after me. And that is a lot for this small town back road in that short amount of time. That was a lot of people all of a sudden.
The part I can't
And
understand either is the dogs just running in circles. That kind of threw me off.
yeah, yeah, the dogs, I remember okay, after I had my vision, let go of my hand and walk away to call the dad. I was with the little brother who was on the phone with 911. The the dogs were still doing the same thing around the body that they were doing when I was next to it. And I'm just like, man, they're still like some of them are young. You can tell they're just like it's almost like just one of them was really concerned and trying to figure out what's going on. And like one of the dogs kept running circles and looking at the body and trying to snoop around because they were their dogs. The house was right here, so it had to be their dogs. And only one out of four were like really concerned about this incident that happened. And there was another one that the one that was snooping around looking, there's another one that just kept fucking with the one that was trying to investigate and like constantly biting his neck and like mess with him. And then there was another one that was just like kind of following them two, not really concerned about the incident and not really trying to play. It was just kind of following the lead of the other two. And I remembered thinking that, I remember just for a moment thinking that, like, man, do the dogs even really know what's going on? Like, do the dogs just realize that one of their owners just got killed?
Yeah.
It seems like maybe one does, because one seems concerned, but the other two are just trying to play and kind of go along following the first one. And I don't know why I had that thought, but I remember having that thought before we left.
Hey, it's kind of weird because the more I started traveling and having the psychedelic experiences, the more I started seeing the overlay, like behind it. It was just like, it was like real life events. It wasn't like, you know, this I don't know, it would seem like already, like life was, it wasn't no different than what was happening within this life right here. Like the fear, the love, all the different things, the feelings that I even got from the experiences, or even what I was seeing that was happening. It was almost like, you know, like maybe it was like either the macro or the micro of reality already. It was just a part of reality that we couldn't see or we wasn't prone to knowing. It's like, but we did. We are, because we are it. We are all these different things. But it's like, that's what that make me think of. Like when you said, you know, because you felt like, you already felt like he was gone. And it was at that point to where you didn't want, like, I see your soul trying to leave. It's like, no, come back. Stay here.
Yep. That's exactly
that is trippy,
what it was.
That's trippy.
But even after that, I thought he was gone. Like almost 100% sure he was gone. Even after I had all that vision and everything, I had that, I guess that once again, the logical part.
Yeah.
And not the spiritual part. The logical part takes over. But and that going back to, that's what was creepy, is the logical part of me, which dominated after the event. The logical part of me told me he was gone, but it's like I had zero feeling about it.
Yeah, because that spiritual part of you knew he wasn't gone because you brought him back here. You didn't let that part of him leave. You said, I know your vehicle is damaged.
You got me.
But you're not, it already knew. That's
a pretty damn good explanation.
Hey, no, I'm telling you, because it's weird how that part of us knows everything. It knows what's going on, but this body doesn't really understand it. It does, but it don't at the same time. It's trying to, you know, put things together and do this and do that because it's thinking in the mind of the body. But then it's like that spiritual essence of you, it already know. Like, and
yes,
you know, that like really, like that's what you start to learn on your travels, is like that part of you already know what the fuck is.
Yeah, and you can't override it.
You can't. This will try to. It tries its best to override it, but it can't. But it will override it to the point to where you'll believe it did, but it didn't. That's what I was saying
Well said.
about. Yeah, that's what I was saying about earlier about change. It's like, when that part of you changes and the body tries to hold on to that old self or that old aspect of you because it doesn't want to let that go. So it wants to keep that thing right there. But then this other aspect of you is going, no, like you have to let go. So it's like almost like, dang, bro, it's hella weird because it's like, you know, it's like I can put it in words, but I can't put it in words because there's a part of you that knows what's going on. Then there's a part of you that knows what's going on and don't want to let go of certain things or don't want to
That's
believe certain
exactly
things or accept certain things.
that's exactly what you were talking about on your last video, was that it's that part of us that doesn't want to change.
Yeah.
Like it was that logical side. Okay, I'm sitting here, I'm I'm trying to boost the logical side of me with steroids and like say coincidence, coincidence, coincidence. And that's that part of me that's not wanting to change.
And that spirit is like, man, go to sleep. Everything okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Everything all right.
Exactly. The skin is shed.
Yeah. And then the body still goes, well, when I get up, I'm gonna search and try to find and see what happened because I already know it's gone. And the spirit is like, it's not. You'll see.
Yep.
The
Well
flesh is
put.
something else, bro. The flesh is something else. But that's one of the deepest stories I done heard in a minute, bro. You know what's weird
It's
though?
it's one of the it's one of the only stories that, because it's non-psychedelic, it's one of the it is the only story I've been comfortable with telling people,
And
because
do you think it's not
it,
psychedelic?
I mean, it's the same thing. It's
No,
the
you know
same
what?
thing.
You know what? When it's without the psychedelics, the call is coming from inside the
The
house.
call is coming from inside the
Yeah.
house.
Yep.
Hey, and I think that's what it is, bro. I think we don't we so built behind the body that we don't know that spiritual essence or that real power that we have. Like she said, the Bible was laying right there and the cross was laying right there. Jesus said, these works I do, you will be able to do also. You just don't know you can do them because you don't believe that you are it.
Yep.
And you just did
Yeah,
it.
you got to
And
pump
you
that
still don't
number.
believe it. Yeah. You just did it and still don't
I,
believe
that
it. Like I wouldn't have believed it either.
that's that's actually
True
one of
life. Yeah, what's up, yo?
What's up with his zip?
uh,
You don't want to started all this, bro. I love you. I can't
No,
even tell you how much I love you.
man, I love y'all too, man. We started this because
Yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah,
be
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
without
You and the real people,
us.
exactly. You
I
and the
like
real
it.
people, man.
Like it's kind of weird, bro. And like I don't want to put myself on like no pedestal because I feel like if everybody wasn't here, it wouldn't be what it is.
I feel you. I feel you. You shouldn't do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
all praise to the Most
like
High
don't
for real.
fucking ever,
But
don't ever put nobody above yourself ever. What
facts.
are you fucking doing?
Here's the whole thing too, because it's like people can take qualities of other people, and I feel like you can do that. You can take good qualities from other people, but when you exactly try to copy some other person, that's when it's not too good for you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you try to actually be that other person. We get it all the
Yeah,
time. That's why we be
exactly.
jumping from job to job. You jump from
No.
job to job, trying to be the fucking job and shit. And it's like, that's not you, but okay, you can act as it. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I ain't driving no bus, bro.
right. You feel me? I said, yeah, driving the bus. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is crazy, bro. Cause I don't give a fuck.
When
I
I
haven't
see
even
you rap,
uploaded the videos I have of people I talk to on this journey of driving the bus. Exile. That's the crazy part. I didn't talk to
yeah.
people that you would have, like, if you would have seen them on the street, you would have thought they was fucking wild and crazy.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you, bro.
Hey guys,
I hear
I,
you.
I got to tell y'all this. I set up my phone in the window. My dad's in the hospital right now, so I came back home,
Mhm.
and I very rarely visit this house. It's like twice a year. And so to tell this story, I put my phone up by the window, and I didn't even notice this. It was right next. It was right next to where I put the phone up and didn't even see it. And that was a cross my mom made. Probably my mom's, she's passed away like in '07, and that was a cross she made probably 25 years ago.
Oh, and Pop
Yeah.
still got it. Right there. The same one that was laying next to that boy head. And you still don't want to accept it.
Still,
Mm,
still trying to be hard headed about
Hey, it's wild, bro, because no, remember we was talking about that earlier, right, Rob? And that's what I was saying about spirituality. Like, when you look at everything as being spirit, you start to actually see it, that everything can be worshiped.
yeah.
Everything is that thing. It's never not been. Like, that's why I
Mhm.
always say everything is God. There's nothing that is
Yeah.
not God.
Well,
That's
anything could be made into a god, especially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everything is that spirit. And
Yeah.
you know
Right,
what?
right.
You know what got me though is the fact that I said, "Damn, okay, maybe everything isn't spirit. Maybe you're the only thing that is spirit and you have
You are.
the
You're the one that's
power.
creating this shit,
Yeah,
nigga.
you the one have the power to make everything into whatever the fuck you want it to
Ex-
be."
Facts. And
So-
this is the problem I be having, because it's like, if I was to step out of my room right now, right? It's almost always like the Schrodinger's cat, or you know what I mean? Where it's like when you put a cat inside of a box and it has
This one?
a bowl of water
Yeah.
and it has a bowl of poison. But when you take off that box over that cat, it's like it could either be dead or it could be alive. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you created. You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's on what you created.
And that's yeah, which is that shit is amazing though. And
Yeah.
I think that's been I ain't gonna say it's been a struggle with me. It's just something that I don't like to even talk about because everybody, they have their own understanding of what it
Yeah.
is. So I kind of like to just sit back and watch everybody
No, I
do the
hear I hear
thing,
you
do the
completely,
do.
King.
It's
Yeah, I
like,
hear you.
you get to the point to where you just
I
sit
hear
back
you.
and let everybody do the do. Because we'll think,
Right.
working a job and doing all these things is life. And then, I drive by and I see all these homeless people eating out of
Yeah.
trash cans and they think that's life. And I'm going, wait, hold on.
Damn.
Somebody wrong and somebody right. But then maybe nobody's wrong and right.
Nah,
Because
that's
I
crazy.
kind of get jealous because I'm like going, I done went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and spent $10 because it's Tuesday on a box of chicken. And you went to the garbage can and found a box of chicken in the garbage can for free.
Right?
Yeah.
On Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday night at that.
Hey, you could have had KFC on Wednesday.
Man, I went to the store. I paid $15 for a fucking fruit box. And I'd seen a homeless dude go through the garbage can and pull out a fruit box. And I'm like going, what the
Listen,
fuck?
dumpster diving. Dumpster diving
I
is a
said,
thing.
he pulled out the whole fruit. It had more fruit than mine had in it. I said, son of a bitch.
And
I
you know
said,
what? His own was sweeter because it was fermented and it's sitting in the
That shit was
sun.
fermented.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, it's fermented.
yeah.
It's got
God took
alcohol,
care of that
sugar.
exactly. Like you was feeling right when he had that garbage
Word,
fermented juice.
word. That's that dumpster. That
And
dumpster.
niggas is worried about the rat race as far as like I need to get
exactly.
ahead. I need to be the first nigga to do this, to
Man,
do that.
every time,
And
bro.
and
I
then
said,
when that bum dies, he's got $300,000 in cash on him.
in cash. I said, I've been in the rat race for so goddamn long. I said, damn. I said, I
Mm.
got mad, had to get mad at myself. And just like, what the fuck are you doing?
At a certain point, you have to, bro, because it's like you're playing the game that they want you to play. You know what I mean?
Look,
And then it's like,
look, see, this is the
mm,
thing, right? Let me say this, right? We are
go
always,
ahead, go
everybody
ahead.
always say we playing the game that they want you to play. Who the fuck is they? They is them. Them is us. So
No,
when they put
no,
the
but here's
game
the
out
thing.
there, it's like when you go to the store and you go get a game, you might like Call of Duty. I might like 2K. I go in the store, I go in GameStop, I'm gonna get 2K. You gonna get
But
Call of
here's the
Duty.
thing. If we're looking at today's era and like this whole LGBT shit, they definitely have an agenda to fuck on your kids, to fuck on your children, to think
Okay,
on a
we gotta be
certain way.
careful what we say. We on YouTube, so we
I
gotta
know,
be
I know, I
careful.
know, I know.
So I'm
Oh,
just
oh,
saying,
we on YouTube.
yeah, we on the tube, so we
I
gotta be careful. We
okay,
know,
Goddamn, Booker.
but we
okay,
Yes,
know.
please tell us.
okay.
No, look,
The,
look,
the,
look, look. I'm not saying
yeah.
that he wrong. I'm just saying we on YouTube. You know, YouTube be
No,
tripping,
no, I hear you. I
but
hear you,
all in
King.
all, bro,
There's enough energy. I
the
don't think you'll get canceled if
the
we're
the
on here.
the, the cold
You
thing
know,
about it, bro, is the agenda hasn't changed.
right.
Like,
Right.
okay,
Nothing new
now
under the sun, right?
nothing new, right? Okay, even with the
Yeah.
with the gay stuff, right? Everybody
Mm-hmm.
making it
Go
seem
ahead.
like it's this big thing, but when you think about it, they can talk about it now. They can be okay with it. Back then, they
That's the whole
couldn't.
thing. It's like you can promote your sins, but it's like why? Like I
It's
would be looked at as a N word if I was like, "Yo, drinking, let's drink, let's party up, let's turn up."
yes. I'm
But
off the
it's
Don
like,
Julio
but,
right
but
now.
y'all are allowed to like have whole parades and have flags over this shit. You get
I
what I'm saying?
mean, look, bro, they did it in Rome.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
you know what I
Thank
was
you so
watching the
much.
other day
Thank you,
that
sir.
had me dying
You
laughing,
speak.
bro? Remember
You
the movie
speaking.
Year One
Hmm.
with Jack Black and I forgot the other dude name from Super Bad.
I don't know the movie you're
Man,
talking
go
about,
look
but
at the
you
movie Year One, and it's gonna
I'll check it
show
out.
you how a lot of shit, a lot of shit was built. Cause I'm gonna tell you, movies, music, we
Mhm.
always talked about the real shit. We always shared life with each other in these different ways.
Facts.
So
Facts.
we can say, okay, well, this is going on. This is nothing new. This shit is
Hmm.
nothing new. It's just the fact we have internet now. We have a way to where it can be promoted, it can be seen in every which way from every direction. It's nothing new. People been having these urges. People been having these temptations. People been fucking pedophiles. This ain't nothing new. It's nothing
Thank you,
new.
God. Yes.
It's just the
You
fact we can see it now. We
thank you.
can type it in and
Thank
we
you.
can see it, or we can see
Thank
it in all
right.
different type of ways, but it's
Exactly.
nothing new. And it's not gonna change because just because we talk about it don't mean somebody ain't out
Oh,
there having the
and
P.
here's
Diddy
the whole
urges.
thing with like people's views on like Christianity and stuff. It's like the stories that are in the Bible, it's literally accounts, it's like 66 different books, right, that are put together. So it's not all about Jesus. It's not all about that.
Bro,
It's about people's problems,
look.
bro. You
Okay,
know
I'm gonna
what I
be
mean?
real, right? I'm gonna be real,
Go
right?
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
Go
be
ahead.
real
Go
because
ahead.
I don't like
I
the
want to hear you.
sugarcoat shit. Bro, whenever I used to read the Bible or I used to, it used to give me sexual urges, right? Now,
Really?
I went back, yeah.
The Bible gave you sexual urges?
If you read it, come on now, bro. It's sexual
The
shit through the
Bible. Hold
whole
on, hold on, hold on,
motherfucking
hold on, hold on,
thing.
hold on. I just wanna make sure that I hear everything that you said correctly. You said when you read the Bible, it gives you
When
sexual
I used to
urges.
read the Bible, it
Listen,
used to make me
there's
want
some
to sleep with a
stories.
female. Listen, go
There's some
read the stories,
yeah.
bro. Go read the stories. Then go back and go further than that and go read the stories of the
But
Greek
I
gods.
need you to tell me which story that gave you sexual
First
urges,
of all,
because it's
What
like,
the hell?
First of all, King David had like what, 700 wives?
700
we talked about
wives.
Solomon. First of all,
All
we
right,
talked
that
about
was
King
a porno.
Solomon.
God
That was a
came.
porno right
Look,
there.
God
You
came.
decided-
Look,
Solomon, but that's a
look.
whole
God,
conversation.
God
No.
impregnated.
David,
God,
his father.
God impregnated Mary. Right?
What? David
Okay.
and Bathsheba.
Adam and
When he
Eve.
saw
Yeah,
her sitting on the
Bathsheba.
roof.
Look, Adam and
Hold on,
Eve,
hold on.
right? Adam and Eve. When Adam laid down with Eve, they had Cain and Abel. Every story you jump to is going to have a sex scene, just like movies. Why you think movies have sex scenes and lovey-dovey scenes
Because
in
it's
every
all about
part
you
of
giving
it?
Samson.
your energy
Samson and Delilah.
It's all
Exactly.
about you giving your energy up, bro.
Exactly. And then
Every time.
I was watching, I'm telling you, I was watching the I was watching the Greek myths.
Oh God, that's definitely a porno. That was a porno wrapped in Jerry Springer, wrapped in fucking Oprah.
Hey, I said,
Bullshit.
I was listening to the Greek myths. I said, golly, damn, every time the gods got mad, they came down and slept with your girl. I said, no wonder we trying to sleep with everybody girl these days.
Hold on. Can y'all specify?
Every god.
Well, Zeus.
That got Zeus.
Zeus was one of
Zeus.
them.
Oh, yeah, no. Fuck
Zeus.
Zeus.
I'm
He a
telling
Greek
you,
god.
bro.
Yeah, that nigga was horny as hell.
Every guy was horny as hell. I said, damn, the gods to fuck your wife.
But don't get confused with the like.
But
you know what I'm
now,
saying?
when you really look at it, like even nowadays, what are they rapping about? Like, nigga, I'll take your girl, I'll fuck your girl. And it's like, God damn it.
Exactly.
It's like everybody want to do what the guys do.
Right. But yeah, man, that
And
sucks, man.
I might sound crazy, but I'm just saying, bro. You feel me?
You're not.
And then
Bro,
if you go,
I feel like
okay.
I feel like you created this channel to be able to actually talk to people who don't like always think like that. You know what I'm saying? Who
Yeah.
aren't stuck
And then let's
You know
go
what I'm
into
Yeah.
think about this, bro. Think about okay, now we're gonna go deep. Okay, we're gonna go deep.
Go ahead.
When you go and you look at the churches or you look at the Catholic churches, what are the priests doing?
Bro,
What are the priests doing, bro? They getting the women pregnant. They sleeping with the choir boy. I'm just saying. What are they doing?
Hold on. Here's the thing
You know
that I'm
why?
saying. Here's the thing that I'm saying. You're looking at at what people are doing in order, because even Christ talked about that. He said everything that I'm gonna say, they're gonna try to make money off of it, bro. They're gonna try to prosper off of me. And if you actually fuck with me, you're gonna be prosecuted or persecuted. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be under the radar type shit if you actually care, bro.
I know, but
and
that
if you don't,
look.
No, but-
Okay, now you're talking
ahead.
about the New Testament, right? We're talking about the New
I'm
Testament. If we
talking
go to
about,
the
I'm
Old
talking
Testament,
about, I'm talking
I'm
about
telling
the new
you,
and the
you
old.
wonder
Go
why
ahead, go ahead.
people are the way that they are. Like when you go and you
No, the
read,
sexual thing, the obsession.
yes, the
It's because it's a
obsessions.
taboo. They
What
made
happened?
it a taboo.
Who
Like
was the
kids
one?
tell them,
Remember when
Hold on.
the Noah's Ark?
Mhm.
Remember when he got drunk and the son walked in there on him naked?
Well, here's the whole thing.
I can tell you a gang of these different stories, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
No, I already know exactly where you're gonna go with that. But there was literally Nephilim and fallen angels in the world at that time, and he was the only nigga following God's commandments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was like
So-
into sin, bro.
so-
It was like fucking the baddest hoes, whatever.
So that made,
ahead.
that the story of who was the one where the daughter went in there and said, "Okay,
Lot.
yeah."
It was Lot. It was Lot.
Let's not even.
Yeah, like
It was Lot and his two daughters. You
you talking
heard.
about Sodomite, why Sodom got destroyed? You talking
Nah.
about why the
Sodom
Vegas got destroyed?
Hey, and they
Yes.
said we got to rebuild, so you gonna look the ones who said you gonna have to go in there and get daddy
And it's
some and
funnier
have a
'cause
baby. It's
June
like,
is-
wait, hold on, what the hell?
Yeah.
And
Nah,
then,
bro.
like, I was thinking about it because I was like, going, dang, even right now, every TV show we ever seen, bro, back in the days, it had like, it had like some type of lovey-dovey sign in it. It had to have something like that. Like, we knew these two had sex, or, it led up to that. Like,
Right.
like, that's like the platinum part of every story. That was the platinum part of all their stories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's making fun of us. So why we not that bold? It's like every single plot of their stories is making fun of one of us, bro.
And
Why
then
are
we
we
want
not
to,
that bold?
then we want to lock up Puff Daddy. We didn't lock up Zeus. Everybody said, man,
Yeah,
we need to arrest Zeus.
yeah,
He
exactly.
doing
Nah,
too much.
he just a pawn. He just a pawn, really. He just a pawn. But yeah,
Hey,
I love
I'm
talking to
telling you,
y'all,
bro, I
man.
was watching the Greek myths.
Hey,
I was watching the Greek
you-
myths. My girl said, why you watching all these fucking pornos?
Oh, God. You stupid. Rob, you wanted to say something?
yeah, I just said, I was just gonna say, Diddy paid those lawyers all that money. He
They
should
got
have
her
just
Oh,
trying
listened
to
to
get
Book.
pregnant, yeah. Look at the old Disney movies. It was full of sexual symbolism. Yeah, they started it drawing by dicks.
They've been doing it. It's an agenda, brother. To think that this is just some fucking thing where we're like, oh, we're getting too old. These old heads are like conspiracy theorists, bro. To think like that, you are fucking blind, bro. Like, and
Nah,
you've chosen to be blind. You
nah,
know what I mean?
it's wild, right? Because they know what it
Why
is,
is it
bro.
wild? Go ahead.
It's wild because they know what it is. That's why they use it the
They
way
know
they use
exactly.
it.
They
They know
know what it is,
exactly
and they
what the
try to
fuck
tell
it
you like
is.
you don't know what it is, bro.
You feel
You
me?
know,
That's why a lot of girls be
they
sitting in
try
the
to play
front
you.
row. They be sitting in the front row. They end up pregnant and be like, God did it.
It wasn't me. It was not me.
Be like, you heard
That
the
was a
story
Jerry
of me.
Springer.
You
Jerry
heard the
Springer.
story of Mary and Joseph.
Yep, still wasn't me. Wasn't me. See, Shaggy knew.
Hey, you know what? You know what's crazy though? What I can't understand is
Interesting.
like this is
What you
what's
can
wild.
understand.
Is the fact that right now, right? Let's say your girl came to you and said, y'all ain't slept with each other. You ain't even slept with her yet. And she say she a virgin and she said God got her pregnant. Would you believe it? Would you accept that right now today?
Well, does
It
this
would
God come with alimony? Like,
Nah, it's
it would
just
child
depend. It would
support?
depend on the situation. Like if it was something like my mother, you know what I'm saying, and knowing my mother, you know what I'm saying, everything that she's been through, it was like, and then I would be like, holy shit, you haven't fucked nobody? Okay, damn, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
that
But
okay. But you
if it was
talking
some
about how
random
other
chick,
people is
if it
lost.
was some random chick, she said,
No,
"Oh
no,
yeah, God
bro,
got me
come
pregnant,
on
nigga,
now. Even if it was my
nigga."
mama, I'd be like, Mama, come on now. I seen your DMs. I don't care if it was my mama. Mama, look, come on now. I'm grown now.
Y'all
You don't
probably
even
didn't
gotta.
have like a good enough mother like I had. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
not
we might
saying
be
you.
talking from different. You know what I
Look,
mean?
look.
Yeah.
I'm not. My mama was a good mama. She did what she did, but I'm saying at the same time, come on, man. Let's be logical. Let's talk real. We talking real life right now. We're not talking fairy tale shit.
I'm talking real life. My mama never left me. She's still with me right now. You know?
I understand that, but if your mama came to you and told you that she just woke up one day
No,
and
I
she
hear
was
you.
Seems
I hear
pregnant,
you.
God.
I hear
nigga,
you.
come on
I hear
now.
you, but that would not be my mama that told me that, bro.
Yo,
I hear you. Because
you'll be
she ain't
like,
gonna lie.
mama, come on now.
If you're talking about, but here's the thing. I think the thing that you're arguing is you're rejecting the like holy birth of Christ. You know what I mean? Because it's
Every
like you think that you need a man's semen when it's like God can do anything. You get what I'm
damn,
saying?
damn, bro.
Does that make sense?
So would that
To
God
you,
mean that Mary was God then?
I didn't say that. I never said that. I said God put a seed into her. But yeah.
See, okay. I'm just saying,
Mm,
all right. I'm just
hmm
saying, right?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
That's why you got women walking around right today going, we can't do nothing. We can be here without men. Men don't gotta be here. We can have babies without men. And it's like, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Mm.
If a baby get put in you, it's gonna
No,
be
but
by a
but it's not
man.
because of that. It's not because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's because of this whole thing like this
And if you
westernized
no,
society.
no, no,
It's because of
bro,
the
bro,
westernized
bro,
society
come on
view. They're
now.
thinking like, hey, no, 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 hold on. It's because these bitches think that they can actually lay bricks and work these oil factories like we can, bro.
Nah,
You get what I'm
no.
saying?
But the
They
simple
can't do
fact
that.
that they can't do that
But
and
go
they
ahead.
can't get pregnant without a man.
Hold on a minute here.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Laying bricks. Who do you think
They are
designed?
the fertile soil.
Sometimes,
We are the ones who
some,
plant the seed.
yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could lay the bricks, but we might be the ones that designed the building.
Man, y'all ain't designing shit.
Facts. That wasn't my argument. That was never my argument.
Ain't
My
no,
whole argument.
I ain't seen a woman architect yet. No, I'm just playing. But nah, I'm just saying. All in all, just like on some real shit though, bro.
You know
Like
why, Booker?
what?
That's why you can't figure out how they built the pyramids, because it's all
Nah,
men trying to figure it out.
I know how they built the pyramids.
Mm, mm.
It's a
No,
joke.
it
It's
wasn't women.
a joke.
I know it was damn sure it wasn't
I
women.
know how they did it. They didn't do it. The aliens
It
did it.
was
Okay.
definitely men.
He said,
This is too
I think
complicated.
she had a side dude nicknamed God.
Hmm
Because
You
look,
said
I
nickname,
always
God.
looked at it
You
like
talking
this,
about
right?
Thoth. You talking about Thoth, and you talking about the Akashic records. I
I
already know
always
where you
looked at
go.
it like, like
Yeah.
like the creator of everything. It doesn't need to put a man on here that think it knows or think it has the power. Like we're talking about the
Facts.
creator of everything,
Facts.
right?
Facts.
That
No,
that can
you
just snap his fingers
facts.
and it'll be in everybody's mind already.
You right.
I think we created these stories. We had to. These are stories
Yeah.
that we created in order to have a certain amount of control over the rest of the population
Our own
or
life in
whoever.
order to explain our own life. Otherwise, we would not be able to explain because God's power is like way beyond us, bro. And we have the ability to have rationality, to have love, to have all these qualities that represent God. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or represent the Most High. But go ahead. I ain't mean to cut
Yeah.
you off, but it's
Nah,
like,
that's cool. You cut me off
yeah.
because I can't wait till your girl come home and say I'm pregnant, but it ain't by you. God
That's what
did
you
it.
waiting on. You waiting on that girl to become
I
pregnant.
can't wait. You know why? Because when that baby come out and your mama look at it, she gonna be like, "That ain't your baby."
That's what you waiting on. You waiting for on me to get deceived by somebody
No,
else. Is that really what you
no, it's
waiting
just
on?
a joke, bro. It's
Is
just a
it
joke.
okay? I'm gonna
It's
say,
just a
bro. God
joke.
damn. Because I've been watching you forever. I love you, bro.
Hey, all my babies that came out, I knew they was mine. I ain't got food yet. I didn't get food.
Facts.
5 times I didn't get food. You feel me? When that nigga
Thanks,
made that
bro.
face, I said, "Yeah, that's me." God damn it.
That's exactly me, nigga.
I said,
You
"That's
funny,
me."
man.
Damn, I didn't want it to be, but goddamn, it is.
Damn.
Now let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Nah, bro. You being
But
truthful. You
but
being
but but
truthful,
to
bro.
be real though, bro, I think
Mm-hmm.
I love the stories and everything, but it's I feel like
Stories,
it's
he
ours.
said.
Yeah, I feel like I love the stories. No lie, bro. It's like movies.
Mhm.
It's like watching movies, but
It's
I feel like it's
experiences, brother.
I feel like I feel
Yeah.
like it's our time now to live. You feel me? And it's
Facts.
hard for a person to be themselves when they take on all these other things. It's hard for you to understand yourself and be yourself because you're trying to uphold this story and become better than this story or this thing over here. And you start to forget about your life, your mom, your dad, your kids, your loved ones. You start to forget about that because you try to put those ones in the path of these stories of these ones that came before us, when it's our time now to be us. And we can take from these stories and let them help us to be a better person, but we can't make the ones uphold those stories around us. We can't, like, I can't expect my girl to be like, Joseph's, like Mary. I can't expect my girl, because once I do that, then I lose what I already have. I lose what I have and what I built myself, which I didn't build it myself, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean.
I feel that, bro. I love you, man. I love
Sometimes women
everything you just said, because yeah, I know you're not
scream
lying,
out
bro.
God
Thank you,
when you.
thank you. I'm about to tune up.
Mouse
I'm
Creator
not
always
playing.
say something wild. He said sometimes a woman will scream out God when you hitting it right. You ain't lying about that one.
Oh my goodness.
This nigga, man. He always gonna be in his zone, man. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna tune out for now. I love everything you say,
Nah,
bro.
don't.
Because you were
Oh,
speaking,
where you
you were speaking
going?
from
Where you
your
about to
true
go?
life. He
Nah,
said, "Where you
I
going?"
think, yeah, talking about where you going. We
He said,
having a good
he said,
conversation, bro. We was playing, but I'm just saying, you know.
"No, no, no, no." I literally like felt everything you were saying, bro. I'm just like getting tired. I didn't know if you wanted to keep going, shit, I can talk all day. Shit,
Nigga,
I
you
just
ain't
didn't know what else
tired.
to talk about.
You sleepy.
He said, "Nigga, you ain't tired."
He said, "Now
He's
is
gonna
we
tell me how
is
I feel
is
now.
we finished or is we done?" I'm just fucking with
Nah,
you, man.
I mean, I stay in here if y'all want to talk, and I
Nah, I'm
just
just
listen.
fucking with you,
So,
bro. I'm just fucking with you. I'm
no, of
glad you
course.
stopped by, though.
It's all love. Yeah, man. I love your channel and like everything you say, bro. And I was listening to the fucking you had here's the one that really fucked me up. The channel or the video you had posted with the Baphomet, as far as like they post all their symbols and everything, like in the
Yeah.
T-Mobile and the fucking like in everything. You know what I mean? And I started seeing that shit and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But
that was trippy because when you start to
yeah.
see a lot of the symbols and the names of a lot of these big companies, you see they named after different gods. That's how come they so
Yeah,
prevalent.
because you was saying like, yeah, exactly. You was talking about the Louis Vuittons, and you was like, they gotta know about this shit. There's no way that they put this shit in their fucking designs, not knowing this shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
I
they
think we
know
know
what they're
too.
doing.
I think we know too. That's why we go after Nike. What's Nike is what the one Greek goddess, the female goddess or something shit. Like that's why we
Hmm.
wear different clothes because I be feeling like we are all these different gods. We just don't
Right,
understand it.
right.
It's like almost like we legion. We got all not just the gods, but everybody in your family that lived before you is living
Yeah.
within you, your bloodline.
Yeah.
This is where it
True,
made
true.
it to.
True shit. And that was the thing. Hold on. Now you just got me into this thing because it's like last time I was on the mushrooms, it was almost like all these things about the histories and these people that are like they're talking about. It's like it's about you because they're telling you their history so that they can affect you.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like it's about you, bro. It's about how you think about
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like
And I
you
was like, go ahead.
you take it in order to make it. You can make it part of you, but then don't like it, it's. I don't think it's like there to make it you. Because like the you that is you is like, bro, it's different than any other you that was here. It's like,
Right.
so like that's the most that like it's you, bro. Like you the one who go, hey, this is the best thing going right now. You the one said, oh yeah, Jordan's is better than Pumas. You the one said
You're
she
the
the
one that's
one.
making it, bro. You're the one that they're trying to affect. You're the
Yeah.
one. Everything in history, when they're telling you, "Oh, Jordan did this, and nigga Michael Jordan did that, LeBron did this," they're trying to tell you that so that they can affect you, dog. They're
Yeah.
not telling you to boost him. They're
Which
trying to
is
affect you.
like, which is crazy, right? Because once I really started thinking about
Mhm.
it, I said, damn, you can't even compare all the basketball players because each one had their own special
Oh
abilities.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
It's
exactly,
like, what the
exactly.
fuck?
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
sitting there arguing,
right,
LeBron better than Jordan.
right, right. Well, he's got these stats, and then the worst part is like these niggas know they stats better than their own sons.
Hey, you know what's real though that I hate to say, I ain't gonna lie, LeBron's shoes ain't got shit on Jordan's though.
He's stupid, bro.
That's the
He's
one thing
stupid.
I can
That's
say when it comes to sales. LeBron's shoes is not fucking with Jordan. Jordan can take some
But here's
shoes
the
that he
thing.
made
But
in
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
1985.
When it comes to it, here's the thing. If we was to compare the two, this is the whole argument between the two. If he was to be at 98% flames but not have a long time, or if he was to be 90% flames and have a long time, which one would you choose? You know what I'm saying? If he was
Yeah,
almost at 100 for a short time, or if he was like kind of almost at 100 for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, almost. What like
That's the whole argument.
who is your favorite rapper?
Oh man, yeah, no, I know exactly where you're going with that. Yeah. J. Cole for the sake.
Oh shit, damn, that's a cold one though. I can't go against that because he is one of the finest. I'm
That
talking about not
nigga is
like
the
on no
finest.
Diddy shit. I'm talking about fine as in his rap shit. Not looks. Don't get it twisted, okay? I'm old,
I
so I
already know
talk
what
different.
he was trying
I'm
to
just
make.
telling everybody out
It's the
there,
same
though.
argument. It's
Nigga,
the
I'm not
same
Diddy,
argument.
okay? What the fuck?
I hear you. I already hear you.
I'm talking about his lyrics. He got some fine lyrics. He one of the coldest, okay? So I'm just saying. How come we gotta say no Diddy nowadays anyway? What the fuck? Diddy fucked everything up. God damn it. Give him 20 years, okay? Get it over with. 20 years. Give him 25 years. You muted yourself. You muted yourself.
Well, it was kind of like a fucking a thing over time. Remember, it was no homo, and then it was like
Yeah.
pause,
Yeah. It was
and
like
then now it's no Diddy. Yeah, like
like
it's
back in
always
the
been the
day, it
same
was
shit.
like you got molded. You can't even say that no more. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
It's like you can't even, I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. No Diddy though, all the way. No
No Diddy.
Diddy. I'm
I
just
know
saying he
you
got
trying to
Cole
touch
got
your
spits though.
yeah,
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I couldn't even like that's one of the things, living so long and watching all the rappers come, I couldn't even say who was the best rapper because like, all of them was
right,
dope to
right.
me. They was just
Right.
all
That's
dope.
what I'm saying with the whole basketball rappers. Like you could have a nigga that's at 95%, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron for a long time, or you could have a nigga that's at 99% for a short time, like Michael
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and then even like when you think of the time span, like Michael Jordan time was back then, basketball is different now.
Right, right,
So
right.
it's like even
Exactly.
then, like you can't even put Michael Jordan
And you
up
had to be
against no.
rough back
Yeah.
then, bro.
You
Niggas was bumping you out the fucking way for that ball, nigga.
remember AC Green got his
It was
teeth knocked out with the elbow.
yeah.
So I'm just
On
saying
some
it was
Dennis
different.
Rodman shit, bro.
So you
Yeah.
can't compare them. Like even if you go back to Wilt Chamberlain,
Exactly.
you can't compare
Exactly.
the times. The times was different. You feel me? You was
Right,
like in
right.
the fucking Roman Coliseum battling and shit.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm glad you said that, brother. That's exactly what it is. And the Hollywood eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
and
the
everything.
fucking
Yeah,
the
everything just
Jewish
changed.
eyes.
Yeah, everything just changed, bro. But it's still, it's like to me, I ain't gonna lie, it's beautiful. Somebody asked me today, it's like, why you so happy today at work? I'm like, shit, I'm always happy. What the fuck? Like,
Shit,
this is
love.
me. This
Why
is
not?
me.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why not, bro? I get to be here again. Everybody gets like looks at life like I have to be here when you're like, I get to be here.
Yeah,
You
I
know
get
what
I
I mean?
get to be here. I am
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
I am what
Yeah.
here is, okay? What
And
the
you get to
fuck?
show other people, bro, like
Yeah.
everything you've created. I love everything you've created, bro. That's why I'm here. Like, yeah,
Nah,
you know what
I
I mean?
think that's the part that I like too is the is finding ones like us, and that's what it is. I think
Yeah,
that's what makes it what it is. It's like this is us. It's not me.
yeah,
That's why I don't,
facts.
I let everybody come and talk because this is us. It's not just me.
Yeah. Everybody else will try to leech off the energy and be like, "Oh yeah, this dude is climbing. He's doing things for himself. Let's try to attach ourselves and fucking make ourselves a part of him." When it's like, y'all have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's wild, bro. It's a lot of I think on the journey you go through all these different steps of understanding, and then
Yes.
when you finally get to yours, it's like it's what it is. It's just what it is.
Facts.
So
Big facts.
if you do
This
that,
is what
that's
it is,
okay
bro.
too. That's okay also. I don't care. You feel me? It's what it
Yo, hold
is.
on. Now you just reminded me. You ever notice like on Mortal Kombat, right? You always have new levels. Like you progress. You fight new levels, new devils.
Yeah.
But at the very end, you fight a nigga named Shang Tsung. You know
Yeah,
who
Shank.
Shang Tsung
Yeah,
is, right?
yeah. Man,
This
I've been playing
okay.
Mortal
So
Kombat since
you
the first
know
one.
that this nigga copies you, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
every
He can
move.
clone you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
I was
And he's the last level.
I ain't gonna lie, you was about to piss me off. I was about to be like, fuck Mortal Kombat. Nigga, I showed
No,
my girl Mortal Kombat and she whooped everybody ass. Me, the kids, everybody. Couldn't nobody beat her. I said,
he's-
somebody gotta get her motherfucking ass off the game. Give me the controller. You can't play my game no more. How the fuck you just come in and you just whooping everybody in the house? Like we've been playing this shit since Mortal Kombat first came out. You don't even remember the first Mortal Kombat, and you whooping everybody ass. Fuck Mortal Kombat.
he's stupid.
Hey, but no, that's what it seemed like. And you know what's
Yeah,
wild? It's like you
I
said,
heard
because
you. I
when you
heard you,
get to
man.
the end, you
Hmm.
find out that the final battle is you battling yourself. You know who else did that?
Mm,
What's the name did that in
right.
the one movie? Damn man, I keep forgetting what that movie called. Where he was like he did it like a video game. The one dude from Superbad, the tall skinny one, and
Oh, okay.
when he got to the end, it was like the final battle, and the final battle was himself.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah,
had
yeah,
and he came out and they like, what happened? And he like, man, we became friends.
yeah. Right.
Because you the whole
You
time,
you be, nigga became cool with himself.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you start to find out that's who you're battling. You're not battling the
yeah.
world, you're battling your
Right.
own ideas, your own
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. You're battling yourself all the time
Mm-hmm.
because you're going against yourself. You're putting yourself up against yourself. You're making yourself better
Mm-hmm.
than yourself. Yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
never been
Right, right.
nobody
You're
else. It's always been
pedestalizing
you
yourself against other people. Bro. It's like,
that you put above yourself. You said he better than me. I'm gonna be like him.
exactly.
So it's like, yeah, that's always the final battle. The final battle is with yourself. Because even with the
Right,
psychedelic
right,
realm, you're only going up against yourself because you're going up against your
right,
own ideas, your own beliefs. And once you get
right.
past all those things that you thought was so, which is yourself, that's when it opens up to you
Mm-hmm.
and it show you the real shit. And like I hate to say it, like that's what you got to get past. You got to get past
Nah,
the Disney
you
shit.
speaking, King.
You
You
got to get
speaking.
past that shit, bro. And that's just the you that you created over time. It's wild because you start to see that we hold on to like we don't like you think you yourself, but you're not. You either your mother or your father or your
Hmm.
grandfather or your grandmother.
Because you've been taught. You've been
Yes, that's
taught
the way.
certain things.
Yes, yes. Because
Yeah.
your mom taught you
Cool.
to like, this is what my grandmom did. This is what my
Right.
dad did.
Right. And then you start to hold on beliefs that don't belong to you, bro. You start to hold on to shit that does not belong to you and it
Yes,
weighs a lot on you. And you're like,
exactly.
why am I not able to be myself anymore? Because like literally what somebody else said, you're taking that and you're like, yeah, this is me now. Like, and that's not
Exactly.
true.
Exactly. Look, I'm 50
Yeah.
years old. Look, my mom called me
Mhm.
today and said, "Hey, the phone bill got to be paid tomorrow." I said, "Well, I tried to pay it 10 days ago. And you told me no, pay it on this time." She said, "Well, I'm just trying to teach you what my mama did.
Mm.
I'm teaching you what
Mm.
my mama taught me in order so you can do
Mm.
that." And it's like, damn, it's like, so the whole time you thinking you're being like your parents, but you're really not. You're being like your grandparents, which is
Right.
being like your great great grandparents, because each one that passed it down, it got passed to you and said, "This is what you got to do. This is what I was taught." And some of the
Mm-hmm.
times I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
you're not even yourself. The you
That's a
yo
long
that
chain reaction.
it is. That's what
Yeah.
it is though. And that's what we is, bro. We just fucking reflections.
Mm.
That's what we always ever been.
That's why I love your channel, bro. Everything I heard you say, I was like, bro, this is my brother.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, just think
I
about it,
just
bro. Like the way you think,
yeah.
where'd you get your thinking from? Where'd you get your love from? Who taught you how to love?
Mm.
Who taught you what love
Okay.
was? Who taught you what hate
Mm.
was? Who taught you not to like that and not to like that? And
Mm-hmm.
and
And
you
were you taught by definition or by action?
by definition, you was taught by definition, because the action, they said, don't do what I'm doing because I'm doing to show you not what not to do. That's what they said.
Do as say, not as I do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm showing you what not to
Mm-hmm.
do. Don't do this shit right here. This shit,
Pharisees.
they'll be smoking crack in front of you and be like, don't do this shit right here. Okay?
What was
You
that?
gonna
Cat
be
Williams was like, I'm like, nigga, do you know that I can see you?
Yeah, exactly. But it's crazy because we still didn't listen. Just like them, they didn't listen. That's why they tried
Yeah.
to teach you that. And watch, when you have kids, you're going to teach your kids what your mom taught you and say, my mom used to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is what my mom did, so I'm passing it on to you. And you're going to make
I'm
your
already teaching other niggas'
kids
kids, bro.
into
That's the sad part.
that ain't sad, bro. That's beautiful.
I mean, yeah. No, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? As far as like,
It's sad when when they ain't supposed to be here.
it's
You
sad
gotta
when you
tell
made
them.
a choice and you didn't know where the fuck it was gonna lead
I'm
you.
saying,
That's when
look,
it's sad.
I
Bro.
know it's sad when they ain't supposed to be here. You got to tell them you ain't even supposed to be here. You was an accident. God damn it. And then it's like, maybe they was, but maybe they wasn't because they here. So it's like, damn, now I got to deal with you because you here. It wasn't your fault. You feel me? It was the lust of myself.
Some shit I did. Some shit I did.
See, now you gotta face yourself. Your
You gotta
lustful
face
parts.
this. Exactly. Now you gotta face Shang Tsung, nigga.
Ain't that some weird shit though? Because when you see your kids growing up, you go, God damn, they do all the shit that you did. And you go, God damn. And you try to tell them,
It's
like,
beautiful.
I did that already. And they be like, no, you didn't. Don't tell me that. My kids tell me all the time, don't tell me what you did already because it's new to me. It's old to you, but it's new to me. So
Yeah,
it
it's
seemed
new
like
to
I'm
me.
doing it for the first time. And it's like, nah, you're not though. But well, okay, I'm just let you
Yeah.
go on and have your
I've done
experience.
it all, son. I promise you.
Yeah,
Whatever crazy thing you trying to get into.
whatever
He
it
said,
is.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it my way. Now I'm gonna do it my way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
exactly.
it my way. It's like the little
Exactly.
rebellious Lucifer child.
Yeah, the same shit
No,
you
Dad.
was. Same shit you
Like,
was.
nigga,
How-
I created your ass. What do you
Yeah, I
mean?
created you. Like I be telling my son that, like, nigga, you came from my balls, okay? I hate to say it. I don't mean to tell you this.
No, that's
I know you like in your 20s and shit, but
You
you
are of me,
actually
bro.
came from my balls, okay?
my balls. Nigga, you're of my seed.
That's where it started at, and now look at you now.
Yeah. Thinking, oh, I know the game, Dad. I know it.
Like, you don't know
Please.
shit. The only
Your
reason
little ass.
it's like the only reason I know you don't know shit because I don't know shit. And I've been here 50 years, so I know you don't know shit.
Yeah. Well, especially yeah.
It's like I know how to
Facts.
smoke a blunt.
Facts.
It's like you smoking backwoods. Stop it. Like,
When they try to establish dominance as far as like they know how the shit works, it's like, come on, man.
yeah,
And you're literally denying your father's time on this earth, you know?
yeah, but that's part of it, bro. I was
It
watching
is. It is.
the Egyptian kings and shit, and like well no who was it? I think it was Genghis Khan and shit like that. And I was watching,
Yeah.
you know, different kings that fucking killed their sons because they didn't want them to be king and shit. But it's in a sense that's just how it is. It's their turn now,
Mhm.
and you gotta pave the
You'll
way for that.
notice even in the earliest stories of Genesis, where it's like where Abraham was tempted to kill Isaac, and God was like, "Yeah, kill your
Yeah,
son." You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But
So
then
this
when
is
you
like a whole theme, right?
yeah when you but and when
And
you
then when
look
he got up there,
at that
uh-huh.
time, that's what they were doing. They were doing child sacrifices. That
Right,
was a
right.
thing.
And then when he got up there, it was like, no, bro, I got you. You don't have to do
Yeah, it's
that.
like what the fuck? Like you about to take out your own son, and that's what
Right,
they.
right.
That's why I was telling you about that movie Year
Mhm.
One. You feel me? They
It was
went up
testing
there.
him
Yeah, they
exactly as
got to
far as
that. They see him about to do his son, and they like, hey, what are you? The fuck is you
Mhm.
doing? Like, well,
Exactly.
God told me, and it's like, wait, hold on. He said, well, now I got to cut everybody's penis off. He's like, wait,
Mm,
circumcision.
mm.
But
Well, that was later revealed to be about the heart, but yeah.
yeah, but it's crazy because over time we just had different beliefs that we came out with
For sure.
and we
Yeah,
accepted.
yeah.
Like you know, Alley Cat, we
Exactly.
always
No,
talk about it like
I hear
the
exactly what
Salem
you're
witch trials. The
saying. Oh my
Salem
But
witch
goodness.
even
trials.
Burn that bitch.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't like my wife no more. I
Burn
like
that
her
hoe.
friend. I don't like my wife no more. She a witch. I like her friend.
Right, right, right. And that's the same thing with the Quran verses. If you look up Quran verse 4 and 34, it says even if you think that your wife is disobedient, you can beat, slap, or
Yeah.
strike her.
Or
You know
strike
what
her.
I mean?
Shit,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't man, I was seeing some shit the other day about Muhammad and they
Mhm.
oh my god, to where he took one of his slaves or whoever it was and they went to the desert and then dang, it was like a Mandingo party. He made a line and said, don't cross this line, and the
Oh,
Mandigos took him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Nah, I
said,
know
what the fuck? I said, I ain't never seen this story. I said
and,
I said this is where the Mandigo party came from.
I told you,
the Diddy party.
Yeah.
Look, hey,
You
I
didn't
hey,
told
tell
you,
me that. When?
yeah.
I
You
told
want to
you
know
when
everything?
R. Kelly was doing it in the desert, talking about move your body like a snake, ma.
Oh,
Mm,
oh shit. Damn, huh?
mm,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They get it from somewhere, bro. They get it from these
Hey, it's a
Islamic. They don't. Go ahead.
it's a crazy ass story. This Don Julio I'm drinking. I went to the store the other weekend because I got a picture. I'm gonna have to upload it on YouTube to where I had the mushrooms in the Patron bottle and all that. But
Yeah.
But it's crazy because I went to the store to get some Patron after I got off work, and there was this dude in the store, and he was like, you know, I was walking behind him, and he turned around. I think I scared him and shit, and I was like, "Did I scare you?" And he was like,
Yeah.
not really." And then like I'm like going, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Man, it looked like I know you from somewhere," and I'm like, I don't know. It looked like I seen you from somewhere also." And then like I went to go get my Patron, which was only $20. You know, Patron $20. I put it on the counter, and he asked and dude, "Hey, what's these bottles?" And dude, like, man, this the Don Julio. He said, "How much is that?" He said, "They're $100 a bottle." And he was like, all right, give me two of them." And he said, "Give me one for me and one for him." And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, you sure? He was like, yeah, bro, bought me the $100 Don Julio and was like, yeah, one for him too. And then like dude put it in my bag with my Patron, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, good looking, bro. He like, man, you welcome. Don't even trip. God bless. And I'm like, when I start to walk, I wasn't walking away yet. I was still like kind of surprised, like, you sure, bro? And you like, nigga, what you gonna do? You gonna just stand here and look at me? It's like, take the bottle and leave, okay? I was like, all right, I ain't tripping. Okay, got the Don Julio $100 bottle. Okay, and it ain't even that big. I said, okay. I said, all right. I said, and I just walked out. But I was just like, God damn, it was like one of them days too, to where it was a lot going on. You know, mom's in the hospital and some more shit. So it was like, oh, good looking out. And like I barely popped it the other night, though. And I barely just finished it tonight on the live. But it's wild because dang man, yeah, it's a lot happened. Damn, god damn. When I think about my life, I go, god damn, this shit is a goddamn movie. Okay,
It is.
it's like really a movie because like you know I seen Master Creator, chill with him. I'm like going, god damn. When the scene mom's in the hospital, mom's kicked me out the hospital. I'm like going, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, she kicked me out. She said, you got to go home to your family. I understood what she got. Like, once I got home and, like, I took 3 days off and then I had one other sick day. And, like, I understood what she was saying when I seen my paycheck. When I seen my paycheck, I said, oh, shit. They ain't even counting the money I spent to leave and go where I went. I said, damn, okay, mama, you was right. You was right. Even though you in the hospital and you sick and you had a stroke and everything, I get it. She's like, you got to take care of your family. You got to get back to work. But I said, God damn, I got my paycheck. That shit was shorter than a midget. I said, this.
You stupid.
Said it's about to be a crazy 2 weeks. I ain't tripping. But I said, God damn.
Shorter than a bitch.
Yeah, it's gonna be shorter than a midget. Well, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be. It is shorter than a midget, and on top of bills, I said, damn, but I'll be all right. But still, to say it was just trippy that she just made me leave because she like, you got a family now. You got to go take care of your family. Like, you came, you seen me. That was enough. That was all I needed. You can't do nothing for me right now. And I was like, I understand, but I was all sad and shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was down there about to cry like a little bitch.
But what I gotta be all that?
Because that's what it is.
Because you
That's
just
what
want
it
to cry,
is.
cry.
It's like, yeah, see, Alley Cat, I'm tired of being fake. All right, I'm tired of playing the game of life of what we expect and what you like for reals. Everybody dies. All right, you feel
Yeah.
me? Everybody. There's nobody that don't die. Ain't
Damn, I
nobody
was
that
muted
ain't
for the
died.
longest time. I was gonna say, did you stop streaming? Because I love everything.
No,
you
we
saying
still
right
we
now,
still
so,
streaming,
like,
but everybody dies.
yeah,
We
no,
all
I
live
love
and we
everything you're
die.
saying,
One
bro.
day
I
we're
love
gonna have to go.
I was talking to myself for the longest time. My bad, bro. I was on mute.
oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey, it's one day I'm gonna have to go, and I'm gonna tell my kids, "Hey, you better not be no bitch about it. Daddy gotta go. Okay,
Facts. No,
it's
I
my
love everything
time.
you're saying, bro.
It's your time
Yo,
now. Once
I
I go,
love
it's already your time. But I'm just saying, it's one day
What's the
I'm
very
not gonna be here. So I'm just saying, you feel me? Like, we can't be no bitch about this shit. I lost my
facts?
dad. I lost a lot of
Facts.
motherfuckers, and it's like we done lost motherfuckers all the way since we was
Mhm.
fucking little, and we still cry about it.
That's why I talk about the way I do, and I don't let other people come into my channel and just say whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you. I don't give a fuck though.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate
Yeah,
everything you do as far as the
I
channel,
think I
bro.
think the reason
Like
I do that because I be trying
that's
to
why I fuck with you, literally, because it's like you're not like me. You
yeah,
know
this is
what
life, bro.
I
This
mean?
is hey, bro. This is life. You feel me?
Yeah,
We done
yeah.
lost a lot of motherfuckers. You
Facts.
like from
Yeah, I
from
fuck with you
then on
hard,
to
bro.
now, and we cry about it and we pout about it, and then
Yeah, yeah,
and it's like, damn,
yeah.
but everything we never read, somebody died. And then that's the
Mm.
crazy thing, because a lot of people that passed away, like shit, we don't know fucking 1% of the people that died before us. Like,
Hey, true, and you peace.
What's
I
up?
was
absolutely.
I was writing something on that a little bit this morning about how a person like can probably like get shot, right, or fall or an accident, and suddenly when that happens, you know, you be like, did something happen to me? Did I die? But it's just like you live another life, but then after something happens to you, it's like your consciousness go to somewhere else, but it comes back here,
Yeah, because
I
and
you
feel you.
you don't
you still
die.
live.
Yeah,
That's the I think
yeah.
that's the part that gets me, Eric, is because
Mhm.
like I died so many times on psychedelics. Like I remember I
Yeah,
dropped dead in my bathroom on psychedelics, and it was another lifetime of me living
Mm.
that I stepped to
ooh,
the mirror and I looked at myself laying dead on the floor and I just said, "Oh shit, I made this one to go a little further." So I
ooh.
like even now, like I don't think we die, bro. I think
Yeah,
death. I
exactly.
You
think
don't die, bro. It's only more life. That's the
And
trippy part. That's really the trippy
yeah, I think,
part.
and
You
I think
cannot
that's what
die.
it is. I think that's what it is. It's like the
That's what people are
body. It's
afraid of.
almost like a car. It's like a car.
yeah,
When
Hmm.
your car break down and that shit don't work no more, and you send it to the junkyard, what you do? You go get another car. You don't fucking stop driving just because this car stopped. And the
Yeah,
aspect of the
exactly.
body is like the thing that we are within the body is beyond what the body actually is.
mm,
Yeah,
But
because people say, because here's the thing, yeah, people say you have a soul, nigga, you are a soul. You know
you
what I'm saying?
are a
You
soul.
are a soul who has a body. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You're not a body who has a soul.
Yes,
You know what
yes,
I mean? That's your
yes.
natural state. Yeah,
So,
and you've been confused to think that it's like these things that like, are presented to you before you as far as the fleshly desires are real, and they're not. You know what
they're
I
not,
mean?
and it's
They're
it's
here to
so
keep
many
you stuck.
different levels of that
Hmm.
thing that that's why I think the
Right.
psychedelic experience is so beautiful because it show you all the different levels of that thing.
Layers, right?
Yeah,
There's
show you the
layers.
different
Like
layer.
there's like
Exactly, layers. It
yeah,
show you all
like
like
to the way we think and the levels of being that we are. It's not just one thing. It's like there are layers to our being. There's like a mental, there's an emotional, there's a body, physical. You know what I mean? There's like
yeah,
layers, and all those things are like different parts of like who you say that you are. You
exactly,
know what I mean? And
exactly.
you're identifying and you're like, yeah, I'm True Life Stories, I'm on in peace.
And
You know what I mean?
yeah, and we go, well, and then we turn around and say, you are not the body, because you're not, but you are.
not
You are the body. You
Mhm.
are the body that you're in right now, but you're beyond that. That's how come, like when Rob was talking about the story, like it's an aspect of us when we dive in. If you catch that aspect of you that know everything, it can see everything and it understands it. That's that aspect I
Yeah,
think we be looking for when we in this life. But you don't
facts.
even gotta look for it to be it. That's and that's the part that I don't like to say because I don't think everybody understands it. When you see a homeless person being homeless, or you see a person that goes out and do a lot of monstrosities or whatever, like it's still the same thing. It's still that same thing. It's no different than what you are or what anybody else is.
Mhm.
Everybody is that
Mhm.
thing. It don't matter what they are or what they do, or nothing's
Yeah,
going to condemn you to being
you're
in this.
talking
But
about the essence, yeah, the
yeah, the
essence of that
essence. It's
person, yeah,
almost like
that
a car.
awareness,
It
yeah,
like it
yeah, yeah,
like I
yeah.
can explain it in the sense of being a car, like right, like I don't wreck cars, but you got people that wreck cars all the times and total them.
Yeah,
But that car is still the
let me get
essence.
my
It's still
water
a
real quick.
car. It's still that thing. He said, "Let me get the water. That's what I need. I don't even know where my water is."
Thanks.
But
Nah,
I
let's
don't
get,
even know where my water is. I'm sitting
no,
up
you
here
good, you good.
drinking this
I'm listening
Don
to you.
Julio like
As far as the
it's
essence, because it's
water.
like what you're saying as far as the essence and everybody else being the essence, I completely agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it's like in a human form, we have a different being. You know what I mean? But our essence is always still the same as far as who
yeah,
we are, like on the inside. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, that's why me and you, like, coming from two different places, we can sit up here and we can talk because
Hmm.
we see that inner entity. We don't see that
Right, right,
outside layer that everybody else
right.
see, that a lot of people
Yeah.
see. So we can
Hmm.
convey with each other because we see that and we know that inner being that's in there that's being active. That inner being that's you, that's me. So we can
Yeah,
talk and we can
exactly.
conversate, we can laugh, we can have jokes, we can talk shit, we can do all the shit.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
And we can let the body do all these different things. But me
Hmm.
and you, we see that like I'm just not saying just me and you, but a lot of us, we see that inner
Yeah, for sure.
being of each other.
Yeah,
Like it's weird because
yeah.
like, whenever I pull up to a bus stop and I see homeless people at the bus stop, I always
Yeah,
speak to them. I see that inner
yeah.
being and I talk to them and I'll be like, hey, you looking beautiful today or woo woo. Like I see that inner them that is me.
Hmm.
I don't look at
Right,
that outside layer all the time. Sometimes I do
right.
because some of you motherfuckers be stinking. But I don't, that ain't the part that.
No, and that's
Let
just
me
the truth.
stop, bro.
Everything you're saying is the truth. I mean, I know you're joking, but that's the truth still, because you know what I'm saying. Some of these niggas, they not trying to be on the same level we on. So
but
it's
but
like,
that's the cold
mm,
thing about it though. They have to be on the level that they're on to show you what level you're on.
mm,
So
true shit, true shit.
everything is playing together. So in order to know
Hmm.
who you are, you have to see also who everybody else is.
That's what I'm saying. Don't feel bad by saying like, oh, calling them out and
Yeah,
stank
if
ass
you
niggas.
smell like piss, you just smell like piss. I'm just telling you. You
Yeah,
feel
man.
me? Like you already
Right,
knew.
right.
You knew before you got on the bus that you smelled like that. You just didn't want to say nothing or act it out. I mean, I'm just saying. You already knew. You feel me? Like I knew. They knew. Everybody knew. I'm just saying there ain't no you can't hide it. It's loud. But that didn't make me treat you
Hmm.
different. I just just because of that, I didn't treat you
Facts,
any different than me or myself or
facts.
I treat anybody that's here. It's like it's weird, bro. It's like I'm on that page of treating everybody the same. Which I don't know if I should though. Maybe
Well,
that's
with love, it's not
yeah,
so
with
much that you
love.
gotta treat niggas the same. It's you should treat everybody with love, but
Yeah.
that comes different with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because other people that they'll take your love, they'll see that you're compassionate, and they'll take advantage of that. You
Nah.
know what I mean?
But
And
that's
oh,
the thing, bro, right? They can't.
you know what I'm
That
saying?
that's where you get kind of lost in it because they can't take your love for granted. Because
And then
despite what they do,
when you
you gonna
say,
give it
"Oh, I don't want
anyway.
to fuck with you," it's like they're like, "Oh, why not? Yeah, I thought you were a loving person." And it's like I am, but and you took advantage of that, didn't you?
Nah. But
You
that's
know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
That's why you don't give it. You don't give more than you can. Because whatever
Right,
you
right, right,
give,
right.
you're gonna get back regardless, double time. So
Oh,
you don't
facts.
never give more than what you can. So I'm not gonna give you
Yeah.
my last. Like if I gotta dig in
Mhm.
my rent money to give you some money, like I'm not gonna do that.
No, you
I'm
ain't
gonna give
lying,
you
brother.
what I can. And once I give it to you, I don't care what you do with it. You can feel like you got over on me. That ain't fucking fooling me. I already know.
Mhm.
Already know. So therefore here. If that's what you needed, here. Even if you didn't need it, if that's
You
just what
already
you
taken
wanted at
care
the
of,
time,
man.
here.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
I
Yeah,
chose
exactly. You
already
gonna
to
get
give it
double
to
and
you.
triple at everything that they try to fuck on you with. You gonna get double
Exactly.
and triple that shit.
Exactly. So when you think you got over, you didn't get over on nobody but yourself.
Mhm. I love it. I love these
You
times.
feel
I'm gonna
me?
tune
Yeah,
out, but
exactly,
I am
bro.
getting tired.
Yeah, go and
So
get your
I'll
sleep,
leave you
bro. I
up
already
to-
know, man. I tried to keep you here for a minute because
Hey,
we was
yeah,
having
yeah.
fun.
Appreciate you, man. I love your channel. I love your channel, dog. Keep doing you, bro.
All right, good
Peace
looking
out,
out,
brother.
bro. Nice seeing you again.
Peace out, man.
All right,
For sure. You too.
all right. What's up, EB?
No, hey, how that bus driving going?
It's been going good. You say I've been up. You ain't seen the shorts I've been uploading?
Oh yeah, you talking to a lot of folks out there when you're
Yeah,
driving. But
man.
it seems like it's a little. I mean, are your routes short, or are they putting you on longer routes, or they got
Not
different?
they got different routes. Like my route's about to
Oh,
switch all the way up on Monday and shit. But it's just, it just be different routes. But yeah. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know how to explain it.
Have there been a lot of cars jumping in front of you? Because I know that
Every
happens to be a lot.
every fucking day, bro. They
I
motorcycles,
bet you that be,
cars. You can't do
bet
nothing
you
but
be
slow
like,
down.
you know,
You know what's weird about it though? It make you think about shit that happens in life. It's just a
yeah,
life thing almost. Like you give a little
exactly.
space, somebody jump in. And you just gotta give a
Yeah.
little bit more space and somebody else jump in and you be like, hold on, what the fuck? Everybody
You know
can't
what?
get in, but fuck it. Let everybody in.
Hey, when you did that, when you did the driving test, right? Did they have you like back up? You know how you got like those cones in the back? Did they have
Yep.
you back up
Yep.
and pivot to the cones? Was that kind of hard?
No, no,
That
because
was
like I had this one skills trainer, I forgot his name, and when I did that practice with him, bro, he
yeah.
let me like do it all day. And like you know how
Oh,
I am, like I kept doing it until I got it right. And then when I got it right,
oh,
I still kept doing it. Like cuz it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, we was about to go to lunch and I was like, "Bro, I still want to keep doing
Keep
it."
going.
Yeah, I
But
kind of kept going.
oh, did you do the driving test with the CHP, or did they had like your boss that
Oh,
actually?
it's one of yeah, it's like basically one of the drivers from DMV. It's weird because
Oh,
they got
okay.
this new thing called the snake that you got to
Oh,
do
for real?
every yeah, it's called the snake, bro. That shit is
I never
crazy.
heard of that before.
Huh?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's some new shit. It's some new shit that you got to back up and do. So it's like
Oh,
he said you got blessed with the bottle. Yeah, he blessed me. I still got that
crazy.
for you, Dwayne. I still got that.
Oh,
But no,
yeah.
yeah, it's called the snake. And
The
like when I
snake.
did my DMV test, that's what dude was telling him. He was like telling them like bro, I ain't he's a fucking dope ass driver who trained him. And dude was telling me like
Oh,
I trained him. And it was like, but during training, like I said, he was like, when he said it was like you did it, I still did it like 5, 6 more times. And he let me.
yeah. It takes about that many times to back up, especially
Yeah.
with those cones, because you got like what two what? When I did that, it was like two cones. No, no, no. One cone in the front and like two 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 in the back.
Yeah.
And I think one in the back, two in the front, and they had some on the side. And
And
the first and second, it was hard for me to get it for the first, second, and third time. But after that, they had me do the same thing. Then it just practice.
yeah, you
You
got to
know,
stop before you get to them last two. And the bus can't hit
yeah,
them too because they like them as
those two
cars. And it's
cones.
like, bro, you feel me?
Yeah,
I've been driving for so long. Like, yeah, they don't even know. Like, I've been driving forever. So it's like, shit, since I was like 15. So it's like, I was like, this shit is nothing. But it was.
yeah.
Because I
But
like, at first I hit them, but I kept doing it. I kept doing it over and over till I got it right, Eric B. I ain't going to lie.
oh,
And then
but
even when
hey,
I got it right, I did it more.
the bus you drive, are they 30-footers?
I'm not sure.
Because
I'm not
I think they
sure.
could be 30 footers, 30 to
Yeah.
40 footers. But then you remember they got those Altatech buses that those doubles.
Yeah, the doubles. They got the doubles out here, but like where I'm at, like they got them over in Chula Vista, but they don't got them where I'm at. So it's like,
Oh, that's crazy, man.
they
Hey,
don't got
True,
the
check
doubles.
this out though. You know, see, because when I'm in the, I just barely did this a couple of times in the mirror. I looked at myself in the mirror, right, and my head started turning towards the left. My head's because I'm used to doing this left and right thing, that inner thing that's within inside myself. My head
Yeah,
started turning to the left, but regularly I could do it, you know, to the right or to the left. It seemed like, these abilities that I have within inside myself. It's like I can control it within inside myself. Even when I put
yeah.
my hands up or when I put my hands out, it I automatically move by myself.
You mean you don't move by yourself, but like the spirit moves you,
Yeah, like
or
the
whatever the
spirit,
spirit actually is. That's what
the
actually
force.
moves you. Yeah,
Yeah,
ain't that weird though? Cause that's another name for it, the Force. Like we'll
yeah,
call it the Force, like
the
Star
force.
Wars type shit.
Uh-huh. And it is, it actually just, it just happens just like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, when I put my hands up, I start to vibrate though, because I'm used to all this vibration now.
yeah,
And when I do that, It's like I'm vibrating to a certain frequency, and when I get to that certain frequency, nothing happens, but there is something there, and I can feel it.
yeah.
And
Oh, that's like
Go ahead, Alan.
what is it, alley cat?
oh, nothing. Sorry, continue.
But it's something I can feel. But it's like I was saying to I was talking about all these entities that's or our ancestors or us that's what's inside of ourselves.
Yeah,
And I can say, but like I was telling you guys the other day, I can say a particular word, and I start to vibrate, and you know what? Hey, True, check this
but you
out,
you
man.
no look before you go, think about this
Um,
though, Eric. Right? Cause
yeah,
cause cause you got a better understanding of a lot of that stuff, and if you look back, like you got to understand, like we didn't named it so many different things. We like one was the Holy Spirit.
yeah,
Like we didn't
yeah.
named
They
it
got
so many different things. That thing
so
that
many.
that's in within us that actually controls and takes over, and it knows everything.
It's like, but I was asking it. Because it's like, man, I am to the core of this, uh, of this, the energy, or because I like to call it energies. That's all it is,
Yeah,
energies or soul,
Yeah.
or it's like, do I got full control over? It's like I got full
when
control somehow.
when did you not have full control?
It's like I always had it until it just happened. It
Yeah,
just happened automatically.
yeah. I feel like we always had full control. It's just the different.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't think like like remember I was telling you that dream Booker with the water, the lake or whatever,
Yeah,
and when the lake was it was telepathic, but I felt my chest bubble. And I got scared. I was like, what the fuck is this? What like why am I moving?
yeah, yeah. Cause
Like
I think
vibration, and
I
then
think
I thought about Eric and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Cause
But
it's
it
like
felt
that's
like
that aspect of us, bro. We don't know that. That's that aspect of us we never been taught to tap into. Which we have been, but we have been taught in different ways. We've been taught in like the Christian way or the Muslim way. We've been
yeah,
taught to
but it
tap
felt
into that.
like it felt not like because it was a lake talking to me. I was like, did it want me to drown myself? What the fuck is it? Like, what do you mean I want to come in? Like,
Did
Yeah.
they ask you? Did they ask you where to come inside the water?
Well, I was sleeping during the day, which is already off, you know. So like
See,
I just
oh
took a
wow.
nap, and it was a lake. It was like, you know, the color, like the whole dream was in a color, like when copper decays, that color lichen,
That
like
crazy bronze.
yeah. So it was already in the dream. It was already, I felt like I was in a death, quote unquote death space. And I was by the water, the lake, but it wasn't the first time. Like I know this lake, but it's always, I can't see in it. Like regular water, you know, you can see. Like I can't see anything. So it's like it's just there. And then this, it's never spoke to me before, and this time I'm just standing there, and I think I was waiting for someone. Either they're coming in a boat or they went in for a swim, something weird.
Oh
And
man.
I just felt, I felt the telepathy. It said, "Come." And like I did like a double take in my mental, like, wait, what?
I mean,
Like,
that's exactly what I said about like I can't really say it's dreams because if you actually like what you do, like when you like a true when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you start to already see these visuals until you get to the dream, right?
Yeah.
And then you're actually there. So it's like you are. It's like we can't really say it's dreams. It's like it's these are actual places of the conscious that you or actually you're going to,
That but
because I had that.
that's
Mhm.
scary. That's hella scary because like I was talking about that earlier, Eric B. Like my
Yeah,
last dreams, like my dream last night, right? I had a dream
yeah.
like I was with my dad, and you know my dad passed away,
Ooh.
but I was with my
Wow.
dad, and then in the same
Ooh.
dream, I was with my uncle that passed away.
Oh man.
And like it
See.
was normal though, but it was normal. It wasn't like,
like they passed.
yeah, it wasn't like
Like
they
it was just
passed. It
chilling.
was normal. I'm asking them
Wow.
questions, we
Yep.
talking. Me and my dad, we
Oh.
fishing for fucking catfish and shit like that. And then it was like it got to the point of the dream, in both these dreams, because I had like this was like last night. Like I woke up
Uh.
and then I had the dream with my uncle, but it was like in both the dreams they disappeared, and like I was walking around the
Oh.
dream trying to find them. Like I'm like going all through the house trying to find my dad. Like where
Look.
dad go? Like what the fuck? We was just fishing, and like he came in the house, and like now I can't find him. It was like hella weird, bro.
A true. Now, when that happened, after that happened, did you just get up from that particular dream
Hmm.
after that happened?
What you mean get up?
Like, okay, when they disappeared, where did you just get up out of the dream, or when
Was
you
it the
got up, you start?
transition?
Yeah, I didn't get
Yeah,
up.
like the trans.
Yeah, I didn't get up right then. It was like my girl woke me up and was telling me
Oh,
something.
okay,
So it was like it made me
okay.
start kind of forgetting like what was going on within the dream.
Oh, see that's something else, because when they disappear like that, it's like they know, or that something know when that disappear starts to come. It's like, okay, you're coming back to this existence.
Yeah, the filter, like
Yeah,
it changes,
and
but you
yeah,
come back slowly.
come back to this, because
The
I said this a few times, because when I was dreaming, but I mean I had certain dreams, and when I wake up from those certain dreams, I can recall that certain dreams, and I'm still vibrating. Man, it's crazy, because when I get up from that particular dream, I'm still vibrating from that
Yeah.
dream. This crazy, because I'm vibrating still. I feel myself getting up.
No.
I'm
Hey,
still vibrating.
no,
And
it's
then
that's
still
when
happening.
no
yeah, it's still happening. And
that's
not only
that's
that,
what's weird. I be having that too, Eric B, and like that's what I couldn't
yeah.
understand is like when I
Oh,
wake up
we.
and I come out the dream, it's like
Uh-huh.
like it's almost like I come through a
Oh
tunnel,
man.
and then I come back to this
Yeah.
reality, and then I'm still like having this, like I want to call it like I'm vibrating, but I don't know what the fuck to call it, bro. It seemed like this shit
Well,
is a dream though. Still.
true though, but check this out because when I think the vibrations has something to do with the moving until you get to that certain frequency. Because I noticed that when I got up from that particular dream, I noticed that the vibration started to dissipate as if
Yeah.
I'm coming back to this reality now. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel it because I feel it all the time, even when I'm awake from in this reality, and when I'm doing like certain type of meditation. Because this meditation thing, I think meditation is about anything that when you guys take the mushroom, that's a part of meditation. When you have seeing these visuals, that's meditation right there.
Yeah, that's what I feel like
And
too. I feel like it's a lot of it is meditation. A lot of it
yeah.
is meditation because you diving in. But I gotta go, y'all. It's been a couple hours. I gotta go.
Okay.
My girl about to come home for lunch. So I'm go get her something to eat.
True. One more thing. You remember you guys went to Joshua Tree? Because I've been saying this a lot. Because what I can do now, I be vibrating because I keep saying this. The whole earth is a portal, and when I look at Joshua Tree, I'm vibrating on Google's map
Yeah,
to
just
Joshua
looking
Tree.
at it.
When I'm looking at Joshua Tree, and I'm vibrating where God, I can vibrate in different areas.
Yeah,
on
and
the earth.
and that's that I think that's part of it too, Eric. I think a lot of these
Mhm.
different places they hold a certain energy that is just beyond our understanding.
Yeah.
Because like
And
really when you think about it, everywhere there's like I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I hate to say this, I feel like we walking on death. Like there's nowhere that we can step that ain't nobody passed away in. I hate to say that. So
Exactly.
and it's more life that happened in this place and that place, you know. So it's like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's kind of weird, but I gotta go though,
But
bro,
it,
because my girl
Okay.
about to come home for lunch, and I gotta, you know.
All right,
you
then,
gotta
Alley
make
Cat.
lunch.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly,
True. Yeah, I'm about to go
exactly.
ahead and get something to eat too. All right, Alley Cat and True.
All right, I'm gonna holler tomorrow.
Alrighty,
Peace
see ya.
out, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, and yeah,